it foggy outside. All the planes have been grounded. Ain't the fire inside? Let's all go stand around it. Funny, I've been there, and you've been here. We ain't had no time to drink that beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sandman podcast. I am your host, Brian W. Tosh, joined as always by our resident hack checker, Oliver Fullington.
Yo!
Our producer and co-host, El Hilo del Hack, Tyler Fullington. And the man whose stories got stories, the hardcore icon. He's got 99 problems, but bananas ain't one. The Sandman. Hack, how the hell's it going today?
I'm in mourning right now.
Mourning?
I'm spending a week in mourning. Mommy lost the belt, dude.
Oh, mommy. Oh, mommy.
It hurt bad.
Very surprising.
What a crappy finish, too.
Yeah.
Dude, the finish makes sense because it's another international person that you can put on these damn pay-per-views because of the Netflix. It makes total sense.
Yeah,
I mean, Maria's international already.
Yeah, but they got their guys for that. And she's, like, known more, you know what I mean? They got to break another freaking segment out.
I don't think that's the only reason.
I think they're doing a three-way.
I think it has to be.
I think that's going to a three-way at Mania. I think that's going to be the match there.
Those two and who?
I think it would have. I think it would have been more of a fuck finish if it were to be a three-way, if that makes sense. You know, like then Rhea would have I mean, obviously, I guess she has a rematch clause in her contract,
Yeah,
quote unquote. But I don't know. I could see like if Bianca cost her the title, but
well, she was at ringside. And there was a little bit going on before, but not a lot.
Not a lot. It was pretty just standard.
I don't know. Do you think Rhea did something to lose the
No.
shoot? Did something?
No, I think it having a loss builds up her even more. It gives her an extra element of a character to go through something. And she cut a great promo I saw on Twitter or Instagram where she was talking about how tough her year was. And, you know, she mentioned Dom and everything. And so the story to me seems like her overcoming the adversity ultimately.
Yeah,
and
it's a little weird to use her as like a transitional champion. But
I don't think it's a transition.
You think it's going to stay on EO?
I don't. Oh, no, not necessarily EO, but somebody else.
Well, when did she beat Liv?
Not too long ago. I feel like it was
A couple of months.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Transitional champ. I mean, it could, and then EO could be like a double whammy if she loses to Bianca. But isn't Bianca's? I don't know. Bianca's going to get in and run a program with Jade?
She could. Yeah, you can go a lot of different directions with this right now, which is they have a lot of booking stuff that's wide open and a lot of open-ended directions.
A lot of good women that can work.
A lot of good women that can work and a lot of interesting combinations that you can go into. So I don't think it's limiting. And I also like about it, the booking from that finish is that a lot of the finishes over the last year plus under this Triple H booking have been very predictable, right? You kind of can tell.
I was shocked. Monday night watching it, I was shocked.
My jaw, I was like,
right.
I was like, what just happened?
And I think every once in a while, shocking a fan without, tremendous worker and big name in her own right, credible as fuck. It's not a complete shock for her to be a champion.
No, it was just that I did not expect her to lose.
I get tired watching the match before, like the match is starting, and I'm like,
there's no chance.
I'm like, we know it's going to be Rhea and Bianca, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, should they have done this match maybe early, like the week earlier, or like before the pay-per-view maybe, or even at the pay-per-view?
I think it's leading into a three-way at Mania, but we'll see as these weeks progress here. And the other thing from Raw Monday was that CM Punk promo was just awesome. I thought that
majority off the cuff too.
I thought that promo from him was,
dude. He lived it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it's in your heart.
Well, it's hilarious because he was like, "Who do you want me to go get? Like, who do you want me to go after? Who do you want me to go after?" And somebody said The Rock, and I thought he was just going to blow that off, but No, he did like a full however many minutes like on the Rock, and I'm sure that was off the fucking cuff.
Yeah,
like that was straight from the dome, like, and it was good.
It was. And
Like-
some of the Drew McIntyre promos with him in that program were awesome, but this was as good of a Punk promo that I've heard since him going back to WWE.
Yeah.
Like, it was passionate as hell, and it was believable.
Like Drew, because he was getting screwed so often, you know what I mean? They lived that. So it's very easy to cut that promo.
Yeah, and man, Punk certainly, and that pull apart with Rollins was awesome, and I think they're building up to a three-way there as well with Roman, but again, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I know, Ali, you were texting me. It was like, what do you think they're doing? I'm like, I think it's a three-way, but again,
Where does Roman fit in is the thing.
That's what
I-
those were my exact
Where he
words to
wants.
Tosh.
I want to get more into that later as we break down the chamber at the end, because there's a lot of interesting things going on with the booking.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting things about who's got the steering wheel. So let's hop into it, man, with this chamber. This was from the Sky Dome in Toronto. Hack, you ever worked Canada? You ever worked Toronto?
I've worked right by. I've worked in a building right there near the Needle.
Okay.
In fact, I grabbed a taxi or something underneath that Needle after the show.
Did you hit up
I
the
don't know
hockey?
if it was the Sky Dome.
Did you hit up the
WWE?
Hockey Hall of Fame or ever? It's right
Never
now.
in a million years would I go to the Hockey Hall of Fame.
I've been there. It's in a mall, like right. It's weird. It's like an
Should
underground
be
mall.
a mall.
But they had a big crowd there, and that's an interesting thing too. Is that they're doing stadium shows for some of these shows where you're like, yeah, if it's one of the big shows of the year, I could see SummerSlam or Mania or the Rumble, but to go in a giant stadium for the Elimination Chamber and to get 38,000 fans in that building, pretty.
Well, it's like in between a stadium, like a baseball stadium's not like a football stadium. I mean, football's twice the amount, typically. So, I mean,
I mean, our baseball stadium's 45, right?
Well,
I think it's a little more than that, but if you maxed it out, I think the max capacity in that building, the Sky Dome's like somewhere in like the 60s or ish, 1,000.
I think what they announced, like 43.
Yeah,
for which, I mean, was a good call by them, because you're going to get 19 or 20 in the basketball or hockey arena, and then 40's like right in between. You're not going to go to a football stadium, so it was a good call by them. They filled the place, so
yeah, it was a big crowd. Again, another huge long entrance ramp too. That's
Not as long as normal though.
not as long, but still pretty long. The show opened up with the Women's Elimination Chamber with Liv Morgan, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, and Roxanne Perez. And this is for a shot at what was then Rhea Ripley's championship at WrestleMania. It took a while to get everybody out into the ring. Naomi and Liv were about to start the match when Jade Cargill's music hit. She came out and just jacked up Naomi, beat the holy hell out of her.
Finally hit the kick.
Ty texted me. She
Dude,
hit
that
the
kick was up high.
Yeah, it was. She actually hit it, and it was impressive. Great beatdown. You had
She looked a
Bianca.
little smaller too. I don't know. She didn't.
she
look
looked thinner.
She did.
Yes.
Yeah, she looked
not as
thinner.
big.
Yeah, she stormed to the ring and she shut the door. I don't know, was the door open or how did she get in there? They opened
The
it
door
for
was
her?
already. She stopped them from closing it.
She stopped them from
As
closing
she
it.
got close, the guy was like, he got to halfway when she got there.
Okay, yeah, and then at first she teased that she was going to go after Liv, but then she just beat the hell out of.
That was more Liv teasing.
I was going to say Liv with great facials
Jade
and
teasing.
yeah.
It wasn't. Yeah, Liv was just great all night.
Well, because the story is Bianca. Jade, I guess, thinks that Naomi was the one who laid her out before. And now you don't know whether or not Bianca was in on it, what Bianca knows. Bianca was obviously in her chamber, and she was, pounding on it. And, Jade laid Naomi out, and they carted her out. And then the ring announcer said that she was eliminated. I guess my only issue with this was that I didn't think Naomi's selling was up to the beatdown that she received. Like she was like holding her tummy on the gurney. I thought her selling was kind of
Probably not, but I didn't notice
I
it.
think she should have been selling her head, getting slammed in the cage door.
right. Instead, she's holding her stomach kind of, and I don't know. I didn't like her selling that much, but that's a big angle for Mania there. That sets up a lot of different
Wait a minute,
directions.
so was that whole thing to turn Jade heel?
I don't know because Hack.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, again, it's open ended because what we don't know is if Naomi and Bianca plotted on Jade to lay her out. So we don't know that. So they could be the ones turning heel and Jade's the face, or Jade could have turned heel and is mistakenly think Naomi was
Bianca's
the
not
one.
part of whatever she's doing.
She might be.
She's the greatest actress on the planet then.
She might be. We don't know.
I mean, her acting was great while Naomi was getting her ass kicked.
It was awesome. Yeah, it really
Maybe it
was.
was too good.
I thought it was, look, it was an interesting angle, and it's a direction for Mania. I mean, you can go a lot of different ways with it. And then they carted out Naomi. The crowd was booing, but
they cheered Jade once she got out of the ring. Her first 20 steps, she was getting cheered big.
she was. So again, it's a reaction, but you're not really quite sure. Is it a heel? Is it a face? We're not really sure yet where they're going with it. But
And nobody cares about the Naomi girl anyway. I feel she's way down on the list of all those girls in that ring right there. It's like her, and then right above her is the girl from NXT,
Roxanne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
I would agree.
And then up from there.
in the hierarchy, yeah.
Would anybody here have liked to see Jade been a part of the match after that, replacing Naomi?
She stinks.
I don't know if she. I don't know if it would have been
thought
fit.
She's gotten better.
I thought like Becky's music was going to hit and like take her place. Like I thought
That
something
would've
like
been cool.
I thought something like that was
the
going to
man
happen.
would have got a huge pop.
Oh, gigantic.
Oh my god!
Well, something like
the roof would
the
have came off the building.
something like the Tozawa like Royal Rumble thing where it's like he can't compete. Who do we got? You know, whatever. Or they go in the back and then it's like they can't compete.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
just to ditch her, and you know, I hated it.
You didn't like it.
I hated
I
it.
thought there would be a replacement.
Well, I don't think if Becky's not coming back to win it and then have that match at Mania, you don't bring her back then.
Well, yeah, I agree.
You know
I'm
what I
just
mean?
saying, like initially, I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
that could have
Would've
been
been a great
something-
spot.
Yeah,
Put
it
Charlotte
could've been
Flair
something.
in the spot.
Well, she has already got a title shot at Mania. You don't need to.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, she won the Rumble. You don't
Tiffy
need to.
time, yo.
Yeah, her and Tiffy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
After this, Liv was screaming at Bianca that it was all her fault. And again, we don't really know for sure that Naomi did it, but we know that Jade thinks that she did it, which is where this
Yeah, but
angle is.
wasn't Liv on the scene when it happened?
I think.
I thought that's what they said.
Yeah, I
I thought
think.
that's what she did. McAfee said something like Liv was there, and then why are they blaming? Why does she think it was Naomi or something?
Yeah, they're leaving it open ended, and it's still.
Yeah, maybe they don't even know.
Right, they might not. They might not. Bianca was in next, and the gimmick for her was that she couldn't think straight after Naomi took the beating.
I wish that when that thing opened after all that had just happened and she was like so pissed off and like reacting really well in the pod and Liv was like teasing her and this, that, and the other thing. I wish she was just like, soon as that door opened, like she's like head down, like face up, and then like looking, like pulls her head up and looks at Liv, and then Liv can be like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
woke at a giant here.
yeah, like I was just teasing her, like whatever. She just kind of walked out and then like started like going after her. Like it should have been like a Bianca like sitting there like
Yeah.
lifting herself up like a slow motion, like to give Liv that oh shit, and then like go after her.
The other thing
Get
that.
them both in the center of the ring and Liv begging.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The other thing that doesn't play with me is like, okay, Bianca, should she really feel bad? Because if it is true that Naomi was the one who laid out Jade, she was the one who took out her original tag team partner. So, like, there's part about that where it kind of leaves it, I don't know. Again, it's wrestling. Roxanne was in next, and then she ran wild on Bianca until Liv
She
cut
was
her off.
hot. Something Roxanne did that same move 3 different times in a match. The one with the side thing where you pick up, you go around the head. 3 different times she did that move.
Yeah. And then we had some three-way action. Bailey was next up, and then she went after Roxanne because they had that program down in NXT. And then Bailey went after pretty much everyone. She was on offense for a while. And then she hit Bianca with the sunset bomb in
Yeah,
the
well,
corner.
like everybody's selling. Dude, there was so much selling. Like,
long periods
I
of
needed
time.
so many more, like, people. If there's 4 people, 2 of them cannot be selling for 3 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go over, punch him, do anything.
Do something besides lay out for a
Yeah,
while.
it's just,
Yeah.
it's horrible.
Alexa was next in, and then she went wild on everybody. The thing that this presentation of Alexa versus the old presentation of her, where it's like,
I don't know the other Alexa.
okay, well,
Because when was the last time she had her 5th belt? Like before 2020?
her 5th. Oh, you're saying for all her championship?
Yeah.
Well, she was pretty accomplished, and then she was doing like basically the Bray Wyatt-esque character where she was like basically Superwoman kind of like.
I kind of remember that a little bit.
Yeah, I thought
But
she
were
was.
all four of her were they like in 2016, 17, 18, 19?
I'm not sure the years.
that
Yeah,
old?
she's been around for a while. Yeah, she was throwing a lot of people around. She hit a high cross on Bailey.
She's good. That
and
chick's good.
Yeah, Bianca caught her and slammed her, and then Bailey caught Roxanne and dumped her over the top. But then she turned around into an Oblivion by Liv for the pin, so Bailey was eliminated. Bianca and then Liv brawled up on the pod, and this is probably the spot of the match. Bianca whipped the shit out of her with the hair, and it sounded like a fucking shotgun went off or something, man.
Sounded like a gimmick fucking sounding. Like,
I know, but you could see the weld on her body that it was
I
legit.
know, it's just crazy. Like, it literally sounded fake.
Dude,
It
like,
sounds enhanced a little bit though. Like by the way the sound effect is.
Dude, I think I don't know what's happening with her back, but I think that's drawn on her stomach.
yeah.
She got hit more over here on her left-hand side to wrap around the back. Then that line went all the way to the nearest side to Bianca.
I said that to you live, and she was, and you were like, "Yeah, wrapped around."
I know, but I watched her. I know, but I watched it again.
But she didn't have a chance to. Yeah, it wasn't on her before.
I mean, she was down for freaking hours after that. She got dove on and then was down for like 5 minutes. Remember what she dove?
the old lipstick trick.
Yeah, what's her name? Landed on her off the top of the pod and put her out for a while.
Yeah.
Well, who was up? Was that
Bianca. Bianca
Oh,
dove
she
on that.
landed all that
Dude.
on Liv.
Yeah. Liv, it was
no,
Liv and
the other
Roxanne.
small
And
girl,
Roxanne.
too.
Roxanne were the
she
ones who
wore
caught
that
her.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
And I'm like, you got the biggest chick jumping on the three smallest ones. I mean, I guess.
I think Alexa was supposed to be over for that too, but she was like so far away in the structure.
Bianca just kind of dove the one side, like not by choice. It just so happened that she ended up diving like more towards the one side. It
Yeah,
looked
she
like.
hit the two on the left, didn't hit the girl on Bianca's right at all.
Yeah. Liv went for Oblivion, but then Roxanne super kicked her. She then went for a finish, but Liv gave her the code breaker, and Alexa hit Twisted Bliss and pinned her.
Great time. Was that the triple
Yeah.
finish?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
great
good.
timing on that whole segment.
Really smooth right there. Liv then hit the Three Amigos, which we've talked about before on Bianca, and they got heat there, so that was pretty good. She shook her chest, and then the crowd cheered right afterwards.
They did.
Big pop for her shaking her chest, which is cool. She went for a 619, but then she ran into Sister Abigail. Liv then cradled her out of it. Alexa hit Sister Abigail on Bianca. Liv then rolled up Alexa and grabbed Bianca's hair for the leverage and the pin. So I thought that was really
nice.
cool. I
Yeah,
thought that was an
nice.
interesting finish, and that was pretty cool.
Wait, have you passed the part where what's her name was throwing Bianca into the cage, pulling her back by her hair and throwing her into the cage? That was a great spot.
No, that was next here. So
Okay.
it's down to Bianca and Liv, and Liv got her hair like revenge because she's using her hair just as like you were saying, like the teeter totter,
like a
smash her.
yo-yo.
Yeah,
It's like throw the yo-yo.
And then pull her back.
Yeah.
And then it was good.
That was a
That was
great
good
spot.
shit.
Over and over. So she's working her over there. Bianca fought back and then just threw her into the pod over and over. Powerbombed her into the ring, which was like, I just dropped her.
Yeah, but she landed flat.
She did, but
She landed her flat.
nice show of strength there. She went for the KOD, but then Liv countered. Liv went for Oblivion, but then Bianca grabbed her and hit the KOD for the finish. I thought this was really strong stuff, really good work. I thought the women delivered in this match. I think their spots were...
Yeah, but what Bianca, you missed fucking Bianca having Liv upside down and whacking her against the cage and then whacking her against
no,
the
I mentioned that. She had her. She was throwing her into the cage. And the
No,
pods.
upside down when she had her legs around her head. That
Yeah,
one?
she was swinging her, and then after that,
You
she
got to
powerbombed
listen when
her.
he talks.
Yeah.
and read your notes.
Talking fast.
I thought this match was really fun.
But Bianca's selling two code breakers in two different code breakers in the last 2 minutes. No sell whatsoever.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
And one was the big one off the top rope too. No sold that totally.
Yeah, I thought this match was really strong work. I'm gonna go 3 3/4 stars. Didn't quite get to a 4-star level for me, but I really enjoyed this one. Ollie, what do you give it?
I'm going 3.
3?
Yeah.
Hack? He's really
2.5.
2.5.
I didn't like the finish. I didn't like the opening.
Okay.
Yeah. Bobby lost the belt. Nobody's getting 5
I
stars
was
today.
gonna say, so everybody's
night.
getting
That was
hurt.
the next night, not
Doesn't
this.
matter.
All right, he's so upset
It's
about
affecting
mommy.
everything that I think about.
He's a curmudgeon tonight because of mommy.
Other than a couple things, I didn't love the finish, and besides some of the downtime, like you said, like selling too much, I really like the whole thing. All in all, I'll give it a 4.
Yeah, I thought it was strong work and really concise. Up next was Tiffy Time and Trish taking on Nia Jax and Candice.
Did you say titty time or
Tiffy?
time?
I'm sorry if I misspoke there.
Yeah, I don't know if we saw that picture or whatever.
I love the outfits of Tiffany and Trish rocking the Blue Jays thing, and she's wearing the 25 because she's been in the business 25 years. I thought that was awesome. Trish Stratus, man. I mean, look, she just continues to impress me this late in her career with what
She's
she
50
can.
years old, dude.
I know.
49 and a half,
She
whatever.
she looks like $1 million, but she still can execute the Trish match, which is really cool to see. I thought she really delivered in this match for
Well, yeah, she did, but to me, from my perspective, she was out of place.
okay.
Yeah,
She's. I mean, come on, she's 50 years old. I don't expect her to be great, but and I didn't expect her to be great. But I mean, she was fine. You know what I'm saying? But my eye just caught a little bit of like, she's a little bit out of it.
My issue with this match is that it relied on
all right.
Trish having to make a comeback on Nia, and she just that doesn't
Dude,
work.
the chops.
The
She chopped
strikes-
her in the boob once.
The strikes were weak from
Yeah.
her. She, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but I mean, Nia is so. I mean, just Nia dwarfs her.
I know, that's-
She's like
it-
4 times like thick as her.
It should.
it's
it
like
sh-
you said, if you're gonna do that, have Nia be like beating her down and then tag out
Right.
real quick to the other, and then have Trish fire up on the other one.
Right. I just didn't like her making a comeback on Nia because it just doesn't. You know, look, she's not.
You
in,
can't.
It
Right,
doesn't
you can't.
equate. Yeah.
If you can't, it makes like Tiff. Yeah, sure. Lay out Nia. You're going to Mania. Like it's
You're the champ.
You're the
Yeah,
champ.
right,
That
right.
makes sense. And you're currently wrestling all the time.
Well, but you notice they did 2 hots also.
Yeah.
They put the heat on freaking Tiffy first, and then she came out of that.
Tagged in Trish.
Yeah, and then freaking Trish had the heat on her for way longer than Tiffy had the heat on her, though.
Yeah. Nia cut off Trish when she was making her comeback, and then she put her in
Trish looked like a race car driver, by the way, in her outfit.
a sexy one.
She really did. Her outfit was like a race car driver.
Best race car driver look I've ever seen.
Fuck Danica Patrick. We got Trish.
Oh, Danica.
She put her in a stretch muffler submission, which was an interesting hold.
I think I read that in Kama Sutra.
Stretch muffler. It's a go for your NASCAR theme there too, Hack. A stretch muffler.
Really?
They mentioned that Trish's kids were in the crowd getting to watch her wrestle live for the first time. You guys ever get a chance, Ollie, to watch Hack wrestle? Were you ever moved to watch him in the ring when he was out there?
I mean, I've watched them plenty of times.
Yeah, we were always entertained to watch.
Countless.
Yeah, countless
I
times
was
to
at
watch. him.
WrestleMania when he was there.
Yeah, and it just fills you with pride.
Yo, I
seeing-
can't believe nobody mentioned the opening spot in this match.
What was the opening spot again?
The opening spot where Nia gets tugged in, Trish ducks Nia's clothesline. Nia has to make a hard left-hand turn to go hit freaking what's her name in the corner.
It was a little awkward.
Just like little, little
There was
ring shit.
there was a couple different times where their
Yes.
their timing and their I guess it was either timing or they weren't on the same page. Whatever it was, they were either lost or there was like 3 or 4 different times in the match where that happened.
yeah.
Yeah, and that was all. That was Trish to me.
Trish finally made a hot tag, and then Tiffany made a decent comeback on the other women. She went for the PME, but then Candice cut her off. Tiffany then almost like
Died, falling off the top rope.
Dude.
Girl hit her.
yes.
Oh my god! I was like, she's lucky she grabbed her hand, dude. She would have taken a head dive.
Yeah, that was like a scary moment in the match.
Yeah, dude.
That really
I got
was.
goosebumps right now.
Nia then hit her with the leg drop. Trish tagged back in, and then it broke down. Trish hit Stratisfaction off the top, and then Tiffany threw Candice outside.
Tiffany, do you see Tiffany trying to kick Trish out of the way so she doesn't land on her twice?
Yeah.
She's like, dude, don't you know the spot?
Yeah, but wait a minute. That's Nia Ragdoll and Trish was good. Where she just grabbed her around the waist and was just ragdolling her.
Yeah.
And then what about, the 6-inch side slam that, what's her name?
Oh, that Nia took? Yeah,
The 6-inch side
Dude,
slam.
she did not get up higher than 6
yeah,
inches.
she might have just got on her tippy toes and went,
It was so horrible.
yeah, like,
Why camera angle saved it from us because we didn't really see how bad it was.
Right,
because
so we
was.
know. Like,
Yeah, that
why
was
are you even
so bad.
why are you even calling that?
This
Like,
was all about just getting that spot for Tiffany hitting the PME on Nia and pinning her going into Mania. This is classic old school WWE booking. Beat a big motherfucker on your way to WrestleMania to sell it. This match was nothing special. How long did this one go though, Ollie?
11 minutes.
Yeah, it
gonna say
seemed
12.
It felt like 25.
Yeah, it's
It's-
11:40.
Yeah, it
so.
seemed even longer. I'm gonna go 1.5 for it. The crowd liked it. It wasn't really anything special.
I'll go 1 star.
Yeah, Hack. What do you give it?
I can't give it less than 2.5.
2.5. Okay.
goddamn Maria.
What do you give it, Ty?
I'm gonna give it 2 actually because I really like Nia's heel work in the match, but everything else was kind of like,
Yeah.
like we just talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of hiccups, but
Up next was Sami Zayn. You all right there, bud? Taking on Kevin Owens in an unsanctioned match. So this is something, Ty, we were texting about.
yeah. Can I just say now at this point, we're probably what 2 hours into the show, and we've seen what 40 minutes of actual wrestling, maybe.
If that. Yeah.
I don't know.
How long was the Chamber, Ollie? The first one, the women's match.
29 minutes.
So we've seen, 40 minutes of wrestling.
And the men's
Okay.
chamber was probably like 35.
Right, but that's it. It's like a
But
4-hour show, 4 matches.
I'm just
That
throwing.
includes
I'm just,
entrances.
I
I'm
know.
just throwing something out there from a consumer perspective. Like only 4 matches on the card. I kind of started to get bored. Watch like with all the commercials and like the NBA All-Star game, like all
Curry said it.
like all the downtime and all the everything.
No, I'm
like,
with you.
I was sitting there like I just thought I had like to bring that up because I don't know if you felt the same way. Or,
I
but
couldn't
I'm-
watch it down here with the boys after the first freaking or the girls match. So I'm like, dude, there's 20 minutes till the next match.
Yeah, I mean, you can go out and run an errand, come back.
Yeah,
Like,
right. All right, I'm ordering a pizza. I'll go pick it up.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
seriously.
But like, I couldn't imagine. I mean, I guess it's okay for if you want people to like be able to go to like concessions or take a piss or whatever you're gonna do. But I can't imagine paying whatever amount of money you're gonna sit there and like it's majority just downtime. Like that would suck.
Yeah, having kids upper level.
Yeah, like
Horrible.
that. Just
Forget
sitting
it.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sitting there. Like
Not
yeah,
a
I
great,
don't know.
not a great experience. Ultimately,
Yeah, I just think like the
They need
way
at least one more match to me.
yes.
the way they're
At least
going.
one.
Yeah, the
Four
way
is
they're
ridiculous.
the way they're
Right.
going with these like 4 or 5 match like main event, like I know they're trying to maybe cut costs, like you said, not
believe
having
that.
200 people at a pay-per-view or a big show or anything like that, but I have a feeling if this continues at the way it's going, it could end up being a problem.
I
for
agree.
them.
You got to
So,
give people
like,
their money's worth at the
Yeah.
end of the day, and not that I think most people who went to this show leaving it are like they're not in a bad mood. They saw a historic show.
Sure.
They saw a lot of interesting action. But at the same time, at some point, you got to give
But if
fans
that's
their
like a
money's worth.
payback or a what, you know what I'm saying? Like
But
not
also, you have to think of now that freaking TKO's taking it over, they're just stepping in the water right now. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, well, let's try if we could just do 4 and pay only 4 matches.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's why I
saying?
said
Until they fucking beat us up, then maybe we'll have to go to 5 or something.
That's why I was saying it's okay.
Don't
to
start at 8 and try and work your way down. Do it the opposite way. It's like Trump's. It's like Trump's doing in the government. Let's kill it all right now, and then whoever complains, we'll see if they got a real complaint.
Right, that's why I was saying it's okay to do that now, but like for me, I caught myself like getting extremely bored and being like, "All right, man, when's the next match?"
No,
I'm
I'm
like
with you.
watching the bullshit, so that could end up hurting them. So I just
Between
wanted to
But they
get through
use
that.
that a lot. They use that time for their new shows what's her name? Stephanie's coming out with a new show. There's another. They've just introduced 2 new shows.
Yeah. I get it. You're pushing the brand and your other stuff and everything.
Yes.
But you have enough TV time during the week to do that. It's not like it's your only opportunity is on one of these pay-per-views. But so this is the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens unsanctioned match. And I was texting you about this, Ty.
Ooh, unsanctioned.
This just pissed me off because nothing
what I said to him.
Got the Elimination Chamber, no rules. It's just
that, listen.
No blood.
I don't like, well, we'll get to that too, but I don't like the dimming of the lights for a match.
They did that in the beginning of this Sammy's match,
Yes.
but then after like 5 minutes, the lights came up.
It doesn't.
Did you notice the lights came up?
They came up
after
a
5
little
minutes?
bit after they did the crowd brawling, but...
Well, yeah, they put like kind of they turned like the spotlights on because they did the crowd shit, and then like it was kind of like a little bit more dim.
No, but it was as bright as it was in the earlier matches.
No, I
No, it
disagree.
wasn't.
Tag match.
No,
I
it wasn't.
disagree.
Yeah,
No,
it
it
was.
wasn't. The lights were low.
In the very beginning, it was dark as shit the first couple minutes of that match, and then they brightened right up.
So the fans were chanting for tables right away.
I just don't understand why it's a no disqualification match.
Right.
The non-sanctioned thing loses me completely.
I'm not a fan of that as a
I just don't
stipulation.
get it.
I'm not. I'm not.
And the refs out there not wearing a WWE ref shirt, just wearing like a generic like black
It's funny
shirt.
that
Like,
they point that out.
because
The
the
he
ref
doesn't
can't
have anything to say or anything to do.
besides
just
the pin.
3.
Yeah, like it's just like, all right,
It's a
guys,
bit
it's
much.
a no disqualification
Right.
match.
Right.
Like,
We know what this is. Yeah. What are we doing here is right. It's just I think they're trying to go with a different stipulation sometimes, and it's like, you know what? Just do a false count anywhere match. Just call it that.
Whatever it-
and it'd
yeah.
be fine.
We're
And you have the same exact match. It's
Literally.
not like they did anything in this match that would be beyond like a false count anywhere match.
Well, yeah,
Or-
that where you couldn't possibly sanction it.
Right. It's not like they went so far and above and beyond like AEW when they did the syringe with the lights out match.
Or
like,
the exploding bomb match or
right.
whatever.
Like
yeah,
that's crazy shit. I get maybe
Yeah.
why you go to that level, but like there wasn't anything in this match that was like insane. I mean, there was a crazy.
Can't possibly sanction fake barbed wire.
We'll get to that too. There's a ton of great spots. I love this match though.
Fake concession table.
I love this match though, so I'm not gonna hate on it.
Yeah. The match was entertaining.
Loved it.
Even
Loved the
for somebody-
post-match,
even
too.
for an ECW, the guy like me.
Yeah,
That was my kind of match, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That's my match. You know what I mean? That's me.
chaos, man. Yeah, absolutely. So
Just having fun out there, dude.
the fans wanted tables. The ref then threw on his black gloves, but there was no blood in this
And
match.
his black shirt.
His black shirt, but there was no blood in this match. Apparently, that was a call from The Rock, since they were going to do blood in the main event angle, that he didn't want blood on the show twice. Now, I was texting...
You have 2 elimination chambers with people's faces getting smashed all up onto the freaking chains.
Right.
And then a non-sanctioned match.
But to me, and I think I was texting you, Ty, about this, it's like, if you have matches where, you're only doing blood, let's say, 5 to 10 times a year for big angles, big matches, big moments, right? You don't want to do it, overdo it. This match deserved blood. You needed some blood in this, I feel like.
Well,
So
especially...
the chamber matches.
Both chambers could have used
Right,
blood.
but I can understand that, dude. If you bring out barbed wire, you're bleeding.
Yes.
Enough,
Yes, you have to.
You have to.
Enough said.
Especially for that drop toe hold spot. You have
Even
to.
if it's
Yeah.
fake, you have to.
You have to blade on barbed wire. But to me, it's got to be a must. And I get it. You're WWE. You don't want to go full on to the way it was. But a show's going to be fine if you have multiple people, running the razor on it.
It's not like Cody. What the blood on Cody wasn't going to get over because KO bled on barbed wire.
right.
It's not like it wasn't going to get over.
And it's not like anybody would have been offended if there
I
was.
don't know. It seemed like we'll talk about that.
Yeah. Well, Sammy got a table out, and that got a huge pop from the crowd. Owens cut him off, and then went choking him with a hockey stick. And then he just takes a big bite out of his head.
No, Sammy freaking hit him with the hockey stick
Right.
first, with the
And then-
spear on his gut.
Yeah, and then
Took an hour to get it.
and then Owens cut him off, and then choked him with the hockey stick, and then bite him.
After he set up the table.
After he
One.
set up the table. Owens then got the second table out and stacked it on top of the first, and then Sammy made a comeback with the hockey stick. That's when they go out and they brawl in the crowd. And I love that I love when guys set up stuff and leave
Forget about it.
It's the best in wrestling because, like, you as a fan even forget about it. Like, I forgot they had
Like, people in the crowd know those tables are there when those guys are on the top rope.
Yes.
But everybody in the audience forgot totally that those tables were even there.
As soon as they went up, I was like, please throw him over the buckle. Please throw him over the buckle. I was hoping.
We know that, you
Right.
know what I mean? But most people watching are like, fuck. Forgot about those tables.
It's a total hack bump over the buckle, too.
Oh, I've done that exact spot.
that exact bump
Yeah,
that
in
Sammy
Japan.
took.
I went through 2 Japanese tables.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I had to gimmick them with barbed wire first. Swear to God, you should have seen the Japanese dudes looking at me when I was doing it.
that's a fucking hilarious.
I said, go get me a hacksaw. Because you can't break them tables. Them thin ones that
Yeah.
the Japanese use, they're like 6 feet by like 18 inches. And they got like inch square piping underneath them, dude.
Yeah, they're the
You can't
stiffest
break that
tables
shit.
alive.
Oh, dude, I had to hacksaw them.
Well, the tables that they had outside in the crowd were not Japanese tables. Sammy threw a Blue Thunder Bomb, threw Owens through the one on the outside, and then threw him through a second table on the outside as they're brawling through the crowd. They then fought back to the ring, and then Sammy went for a superplex. Owens was stopping that, and then Owens at that point threw him through the tables on the outside. Sammy sold it perfectly too. Sold it like he was fucking dead.
Took a great bump.
Took an awesome bump. I thought that
How
spot.
can you not take a great bump right there? It's a 6-foot bump.
If you're just incredible.
That's right. If you're
He wouldn't
Raven,
have done it. He'd have missed and jumped off to the side.
Owens then gave him the Fisherman Buster through a chair in the ring for a 2 count. Sammy hit a couple of half Nelson Germans. One of them through a table. And then Michael Cole was freaking out, saying that Kevin
On
Owens.
the outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was a great spot. Sammy then went for a haluva kick, but then Owens pulled the ref in front. And then,
Dude, two great ref bumps.
great ref bump right
Charles
there.
has been there for 30 years,
Okay,
dude.
so Charles Robinson's like your age.
He
Hack.
was the second ref bump guy.
He comes running down the ring apron.
Him and Bryce Remsburg have a bump off.
I would love it. Dude, Charles Robinson's one of my all-time favorite refs. Absolutely love
Great
Charles
dude.
Robinson. He sprints down in the ring. He counts for that. And then Sammy kicks out. And then he took a fantastic bump from Owens. Just a really, really good bump. A third ref then comes down. Owens gets out another table. He puts Sammy on it. And then he put a chair on his chest. And then Sammy fought back. He threw the chair at him. And then he went up.
As Owens went to the top rope,
Yep.
Sammy gets up, throws the table, which I can't imagine. It just makes no sense. Owens is watching him. He didn't like turn his back to go outside to climb up the ropes. He stuck his ass in the corner and worked his way up, looking right at him the whole time.
Yeah. They had some officials then come out trying to stop Owens. Sammy then hit a haluva kick out of nowhere, and then Owens kicked out of that. And then Sammy was throwing more chairs in the ring and then found a chair wrapped in barbed wire. This was a gimmick.
So they said.
This was gimmicked as hell, right, Hack? I mean, you could just see it a mile
I
away.
didn't see any barbs, but
Yeah. He was smashing Owens with it. There was no shirt pull-in. There were a couple of marks on his back at one point, I think you saw, but no blood from
Yeah,
this
but
or
that'll
anything.
happen like just by getting hit hard enough by something like that, like wrapped tight enough around something. But
Naturally.
Yeah, and it's like his shirt didn't get stuck to the barbed wire. That's how you know it's not real.
Right. That's a telltale
Like,
sign right there.
okay, well, you have to understand something. That there's some barbed wire that the barbs are longer on certain ones. There's ones that the barbs are only like 1/8 of an inch long. Like when I went and bought the barbed wire for me and Cactus Jack, I got the 1/2 inch long freaking barbs. You know what I mean? Because I wanted the camera to be able to see them and picture them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
But
wrapped.
they-
That was wrapped like a mother.
Yeah, but they had used a barbed wire chair before, hadn't they? And it was way better.
They've
Or was
done-
that Moxley?
That
No,
was-
that was
that was
Moxley
Mox.
getting it
That
on
was
the back.
Mox.
With okay.
They did the spot with the drop toe hold, and Owens sold this fantastic. And
Took it right to the side of his chin.
I was waiting for the blood at this point, and then he comes up not bleeding.
You
And
can't
That's
take
why
that
he took
bump
it to
and
the
come
side
up
of his face.
with no blood. Like, it's
but he was selling it like he was blind too. I really think that was the biggest miss in this match.
The crowd didn't care.
No, the crowd didn't care at all.
No,
and the
of
match
course
was
not.
great. And the match was great.
They're
Like,
all idiots.
yeah, they're not marks like us. The bloodthirsty marks like us. Sammy then made another barbed wire bridge with the chairs, and then he gave him a blue thunder bomb on it, and that looked stiff as hell.
That was nice.
The chair didn't go down at all.
No, that's a mistake right there too.
What?
You got to put the two chairs that he stood face to face. You got to put them a little bit wider apart. Then you'll get the break. Then you'll get the breakage all the way to the mat.
Okay, so they were too close together.
Exactly.
And it was too tight. He
Yes.
made too good.
Especially with the other chair, right on top of it. You know what I'm saying? You got to spread that shit out. There's got to be like at least a foot in between the two chairs.
Interesting. All right, see the hack. You really know how to throw
Dude,
together.
it's just basic stuff.
Yeah. Kevin kicked out of that Blue Thunder Bomb, and then he manages to throw him outside. He put a chair around his neck, and he posted him with the chair around his neck. I thought those were...
That's a tough dreamer used to do that spot. And I'm like, dude, I ain't ever doing that spot.
That's a sick spot.
I'm not doing that
like,
spot.
Like that is a sick spot. You got a bunch of officials out there at this point, and he powerbombs him on the apron, and then they were trying to break it up. He gave him another apron powerbomb that kind of missed.
One was horrible.
Right?
And, well, that's when Sammy fought back a little bit.
He fought back a little bit.
Because he knew.
And then he gave him a third one, and that one was nice.
Yeah, gotta save the spot.
Yeah, gotta save the spot. And then he threw him...
Like, come on, hit me, do it again when I get done punching you.
He threw him in the ring, and that was the finish. I mean, a brutal match. I absolutely loved this match, though. Besides the no blood, if there was blood, I'd go a little bit higher, I think, because I think there would have been more drama in it. But I'm going to go 4.5 stars for this. Ollie?
I'm going 4.
4?
If there's blood, it would have been 5 for me.
It would have been 5 for you. Hack, what about you, man?
I can't go less than a 4 for these guys.
4?
Yeah, I'll go with a 4. I mean, for the amount of time that we've seen these two together, they still put together a match where I was like,
because there wasn't a wrestling move in it.
I've been watching these guys do this match to different levels for 15 years. Like some of the ladder warfare matches they had in Ring of Honor were fucking incredible, like 5-star matches, and this was a great version of it. Not quite as good as some of those ones, but they really delivered again, and I thought the post-match angle was fucking awesome for this. So this, the post-match was money. So you got Owens on the outside, and he's ripping off the mats.
As Owens is leaving, I'm like, please, turn the frick around and go back to the ring.
Right.
And little do I know what's going to happen later, and my favorite wrestler freaking comes out.
So he's ripping off the mats, and then he's about to hit him with the pile driver, and then Orton's music hits, and the place goes nuts for Orton. Gigantic reaction. Orton looks like $1 million again.
A doll.
Yes, action figure.
He looks like his doll.
He's
dude.
seriously...
Nobody else does.
He looks like Batista now. Like, he's that big now, Randy Orton.
He's huge.
He is gigantic.
all right, Hack, Orton or Kelly?
Orton.
I knew
That's
it.
a
I
shoot.
knew it.
That's a shoot.
I knew it.
The fans were singing along to his song, too. And then they're brawling right away. Orton lays him out with an RKO. Orton grabs a chair, and I love the way that, like, you always say this, Hack, is you got to let moments build.
Let it breathe, baby.
Let it breathe. And he drops the chair, and everybody in the crowd knows what he's going to do. But it's just that little bit of delay that he has as he goes back in the corner for the punt. He gets in the position, and he's going for it, and then all the producers run in, stop it, save it for Mania. And then, like, it was awesome. It was great.
I forgot about his punt. His punt thing or whatever, and he put it. I was like, "Wait, what's he going?" I was like, "What's he going for?" And then it finally registered in my head, and I was like, "Oh!" And then great timing, great camera angles on the whole thing of all them running in.
And it's a big angle heading into Mania, and then Orton just lays out all the security geeks with RKOs, a bunch of them.
Well, you knew that once he got stopped from hitting him. I'm like, and just so everybody knows, all these security people are like up and coming wrestlers, so they all know how to bump. He's not hitting no real security dude with an RKO. You know what I mean? Because one, the security dude, a real one, would take it like shit and it wouldn't look good anyway. You know what I mean? But all of them are aspiring wrestlers.
Yeah, you could tell they were living their life.
You see it, like, a lot of the stars now have been security people in like maybe 10 years ago, maybe even 15 years ago.
Well,
like,
dude,
like
one
that.
of those security guys he must be an agent there that I call was Hurricane Helms.
Oh, yeah, Shane Helms was out
He
there.
was out there.
Adam Pierce.
I didn't even recognize that.
Petey Williams, remember him? from
Petey
TNA?
Williams,
he was
right.
out there.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of guys.
And who's the?
Jason Jordan.
Yeah,
Jason Jordan was out
Who's
there
that
too.
guy?
He was a wrestler, like a legit college wrestler. He had a who was his tag partner? They were pretty damn
Isn't it
good.
Gable?
Yeah, it was Gable. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
him and Chad Gable.
Him and
They
Chad
were
Gable were
like American Elite
American
or
Alpha.
That's it.
Yeah, they were really good tag team.
Right,
And he-
boys.
and he got hurt. He broke his neck, and now he's an agent for a producer for WWE. But I thought post match, man, that really sets up a big Mania match between Owens and Orton. Really awesome stuff, and that's just really great build for Mania right there. Up next was the men's Elimination Chamber match with Seth Rollins, John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, and Damian Priest. Again, man, the entrances and everything, it's a long downtime in between.
Dude, yeah, it's like
It's a lot. It really is. It's a lot. Starting this match off was Seth and Drew. Drew was beating him down until he got distracted by CM Punk. And Punk kept trying to, like, did you notice that Punk's, like, light in his pod structure kept falling down throughout the match? And he kept, like...
I saw on Twitter after.
I missed that.
Yeah, it was like the light right above his head. It kept falling down, and he kept trying to put it back.
Yeah, after Drew was slamming Rollins in there. There were some chants for CM Punk and then some Cena chants as well. In next was Damian Priest. Again, new guy coming in, goes on offense. They did like a stacked up spider suplex spot, which I thought was really cool. The fans were then chanting, "Fuck you, Logan." Logan brought out a U.S. flag to the ring for heat after the national anthem got booed.
That was great. And McAfee was also great.
McAfee was, really...
He was like, yeah, I don't care. Screw these people.
Yeah. It was his classic wrestling commentary. And then Paul...
Yeah, but it's a half-ass shoot, too.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
because of the hockey and everything. Logan Paul was in next, and then hit his springboard high cross onto Drew. And then, how many matches do you think Logan Paul has had at this point in his career? I'm not sure.
Had like 50, hasn't he?
I don't think it's that many. I think it's less than 20. It's got
I would have said
It's less than 15, probably.
less than 15.
I was
Yeah.
going to say 10.
Yeah.
10 tops probably.
I'm gonna say in between 10 and 15, but
Yeah,
I don't
that-
even think it's that much.
That's what
Yeah.
that's what I would have said.
Yeah, just a lot of "fuck you, Logan" chants. He's over here.
Yeah, wait, what was the shitty spot the Priest hit Drew with? Oh, a shitty flatliner Priest hit Drew with? You guys remember? It was so horrible.
No, I don't
Oh,
remember.
God, it was so horrible.
I must have been a flatliner at that time.
He hit him with a flatliner that was no good. Heck.
It was so... Yeah, the bump was so bad.
Okay. Priest did a rope walk Hunican Rana on Drew, which I liked. That was a good spot.
Dude, there's not a lot of guys. You need a big guy to do that to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't just do that
I
to
could
anybody.
do that to Hornswoggle. All right.
Woggle. Oh, that's great. Drew then came in out of nowhere. No, wait, hold on. Where am I? Oh, okay. Logan Paul then grabbed Damian Priest, hit a gut wrench suplex on the outside.
That was good.
And that was nice. And then in comes John Cena. Cena got a gigantic reaction, made a big comeback on everybody, hit his signature spots. Drew then came in out of nowhere with a Claymore, and then Priest...
Great Claymore. Well, the camera angle was great. I don't know how much great he like if you really hit him with it or not, but it looked really good on
It really
on the
did.
camera cut. Because you didn't even really see, you only seen Drew's knee hitting Cena's face.
Yes. And then Drew comes in... Priest came in with a crucifix and pinned him clean right after. So I like that
was
too.
good.
You know, guy hits a big move.
What's his name's face was really good on it too.
Drew's?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sold it. He's fucking
Yeah,
furious.
but he didn't like oversell it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was just like, shit, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, then he gave
That was
Priest...
a great sell.
He gave Priest a Claymore before leaving.
Hated that.
And then Logan went
Hated
up.
that.
Logan Paul went up top and hit a frog splash off of the pod for the pin on Damian Priest to take him out. Last in was CM Punk. He went right after Logan Paul. They've been going back and forth on promos a little bit recently, so that was cool to see them. He was throwing his head into the pod over and over and over.
And Paul wasn't doing it with his hand. Paul was taking it like a man. I love that.
Yeah, he was.
He then climbed the cage, and then he just pointed at the WrestleMania sign.
Which I'm like, what the hell are you doing,
Yeah.
Punk?
I was like, is he going up for a spot?
Or
No.
is somebody coming behind him? I'm like, what the frick is he doing?
I guess it's just to make him losing even more, because, like, but they're all going for WrestleMania here. We didn't need that.
I know, but imagine this. What I was thinking about, when Punk, what's he been back, a year-ish?
Yeah, you're a little bit more.
All right, so, but he doesn't know, like, he thinks he's going to come and that could very easily be his match. Without all the extracurricular with the Rock thing, the Cody coming back and everything, you know what I mean? He's getting jobbed and he can't be that happy about it. Because when he was coming back, I'm sure he thought, like, he hasn't had, what they say, 13 years since the title match or whatever, and he ain't getting another one anytime soon.
No, but I think he appreciates the fact that he's doing good work more than anything.
Well, and wasn't his problem down? Was his problem down there with 6 different people running the show?
Yeah,
That his problem in AEW?
I think his problem was just getting acclimated again in the wrestling business and working with people. And he's a hothead too. And if he's not getting his way, and AEW was letting him have his way so much. In WWE, you can push your way a little bit, but you're not going to get whatever you want. Right? Like,
Not at that. Yeah, I mean, you need to be one. I mean, he's right there.
he is.
I mean, every single guy in that match is right there. Is over.
Yes.
pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? But there's still levels of over.
I think he's playing ball, right? I think he is waiting for his time. And I think he realizes this is probably his last opportunity in the business.
He's only 45. He's never done a drug, never drank. He's in great shape. That kid could go for another 15 easy.
Well, he's not going to go to like 60, but
Why not?
I mean, he could.
He's not highlighting WrestleMania at 60 years old. Is the point?
I think Hack. He's burned bridges a lot in his career, and I think he's
Yeah, but
playing
those
ball.
bridges aren't there anymore.
No, I know they're different. It's a different world.
Right.
But I think he's waiting his time. I think he's playing ball. I think he's doing he's being the company guy to an extent, and maybe he's upset about The Rock or Cody or Roman, but I think he's waiting for his opportunity, and he's going to get it because he's, like you said, he's as over, if not just as over as anybody else in the company.
I could see him being main eventing next year in New Orleans.
I could see him main event one of the nights this year. Like, it's not out of the question.
Right.
Him, Rollins.
It's not that he's not a main eventer. It's circumstance.
Well, I was just
with
gonna
the
say-
TKO taking over, and then Rock getting his position, and then Rock trying to get Cody out of his freaking thing, and then all of a sudden, oh wait, Cody's got to have his match. Punk's got to be thinking, damn, it's 2 years easy till I get a shot.
Well, I was just going to say, I think he's smart enough to realize that he's not just going to get, show up and, go over whatever they've already got planned and whatever, you know what I'm saying, the storylines that they're going on. I think he's smart enough to realize that. Now, is there going to come a time where too long is too long? Maybe, but
is Punk's time done with Drew? Is Punk's time done with Seth?
No,
Rollins
is
it's him and Seth at WrestleMania.
Him, Seth, and Roman, I think, is the Mania direction. I do.
Well, that's where I'm trying to figure out what
fit into it.
Because he got laid out by Seth at the Rumble.
I know, but Heyman still owes Seth a favor.
He owes Punk a favor, yes.
Well, yeah, Punk a favor. So it's like,
I don't know. But that's back
Heyman owes Punk a favor.
yeah,
for joining in the War Games. Yes, that was the whole storyline there.
Yeah, dude. When's Paul? What is Paul coming back with freaking with?
Well, Roman's been
with
out
the
because
other
Seth
boss?
took him out.
Yeah, I know, but is Paul coming back with Roman before WrestleMania? Anybody think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he coming back with Roman to do something?
Yes.
Where's Roman's spot?
He's been back with
Yeah,
Roman.
he's been back with
I
Roman.
know, I know. But
Where's Roman?
I watched Monday Night Raw and he wasn't on it at all.
Well, he hasn't been. He's not
Because
doing
he
a lot
got
of
taken
TVs.
out of Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Well,
No, I'm talking about Paul.
Heyman.
Yes, Paul was with Roman at Royal Rumble when he got taken out.
Let's get to some of the booking stuff after with the turn and everything here. Let's finish this match here. So Punk and Cena are in the ring together, and right before they could square off, Seth, I love this, he just booted Punk, and he went to work at it on him. Seth told Cena, he's mine, go film some movies or something and stay out of it.
That's what he said. Go film another movie.
That was a great line. I like that a lot. Cena grabbed him and went for an AA. They brawled, and then Logan laid them both out. Punk then grabbed him and hit the GTS and pinned him. So out goes Logan Paul. And now it's down to Punk, Cena, and Rollins. All three did a stare down, and the fans were chanting for Cena and Punk. No one was going for Rollins, despite them all being faces. So that kind of shows you a little bit of the pecking order there. Rollins, I think, is a tier below.
I'm not so sure that's pecking order. I just think that's the way the match was set up. Not even thinking about that.
No, I know. I'm just saying, in the fans' eyes, I think that's some of the pecking order, I guess. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I would agree with you, but I also think that none of the fans there actually thought Seth was going to win the match.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
that's a great point.
It was either Cena's match to win or Punk's match to win. It wasn't like, I don't think anybody thought Seth was coming to win.
No, I thought it was one of those two guys and only those two.
Right.
Cena and Punk hit a heart attack on Seth, which I thought was cool. It was interesting to bust that out in Toronto. I thought that was fun.
Was that the clothesline that
Yeah.
he hit the ropes for?
Yeah,
That's a heart attack?
That's the Heart Foundation's finish.
I know,
Brett Neidhart.
but dude, what's his name has less of a vertical leap than Nia Jackson. Punk Punk did not get up in the air at all for that.
But he'll work till he's 60.
Yeah.
Just because you don't have a vert has nothing to do with your elasticity in life.
Cena then went for a handshake with Punk, and Punk's like, "Nah, we're not shaking hands. We're going to hug this out," which I thought was lame. Then they started brawling, which was cool. Cena went for the STF, and Punk reversed it to the Anaconda Vice. Cena escaped, and Punk went for the High Cross. Cena rolled through.
Which all just looked like a little dance.
Yes.
They were doing moves that they've done 1,000 times in their rivalry.
Sequences they've done before.
Oh wait, did you notice Did you guys notice what Cena said to Punk? Cena's in the ring. Punk's not in. They just get done doing the thing. They face off. Did you see what Cena and Punk said to each other?
No, what did he say?
Cena goes, "I've missed you," and then Punk goes back, "I've missed you too."
Oh, okay.
And they both smile.
So that's right before
Little shit I catch.
That's right before they hugged.
Yeah. No, that's right before they started to wrestle. Like after they did the thing, what was the move called?
The heart attack.
Yeah, after they did that, that's when that came.
They did a stare down, then they hugged.
No,
then they
before
brawled.
the stare down, they say, Cena goes, "I missed you," and he goes, "Yeah, I missed you too."
Okay. And then Seth came back in, Cena threw a pod, which is pretty cool. Rollins then hit a pedigree on
All
Punk.
right, halt.
What?
I actually timed this because I was so disgusted with people selling and doing nothing. How long? I know exactly because I was using my stopwatch. I actually have, and they were screwing up. You know how it was supposed to be an exact amount of time in between guys coming out.
They never
was
do
totally
that.
Wrong.
Yeah.
First one was 5:05, then it was 3:20, then it was 3:10, then it was 3:05. But what the frick was I just talking about?
You were talking about the Cena goes through the pod, and then.
Oh. How long do you think it was between Cena going through the pod until he did his next move?
4.5 minutes.
4:10. Dude, how can you be down for 4 minutes?
It's the Elimination Chamber.
And then,
you gotta put over the chamber.
dude, okay, you went through plastic.
I'm just saying.
Not everybody's like us, Hank.
I know, but 4 minutes is too long.
It is.
I
There's
agree
nobody
with you, but
you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, and from their perspective, yeah. I
But
have to sell the
then
chamber.
he gets in. One of them went to the top rope. He screws Punk off of the top rope, and then goes back to selling for another 2 minutes. I don't know, dude. You just you can't sell 6 out of the last 8 minutes of a match.
I know what you're saying.
Sell dead.
Punk hit a really ugly flying elbow on Seth.
Oh my God, was that the worst elbow off the top rope?
Bad. bad.
I'm like, that's like my elbow used to be that bad. Until I think Teddy for the public enemy, he
Said,
goes,
"Stop
Hack."
doing that.
Yeah, he goes, Hack. I'm like, I trusted him.
He gave you the Jade discussion, like that somebody should have
Just
told
sat
her.
down.
Drop the kick.
Yeah,
Drop the pump
it's-
kick. So.
you're not hitting it right, man. Seth fought out. He went for a buckle bomb and the stomp, but Punk kicked out. Cena then came in 4.5 minutes later, whatever heck.
It was horrible.
Punk hit the GTS on Seth, and then Cena hit the AA on him, and Punk got the pin.
That was good. That was
was good.
Because Seth was kind of like lifeless, and Cena like picked him up.
Yeah.
That looked really good.
Now we're down to Punk and Cena. Cena then offered another handshake. Punk hoisted him right up and hit a GTS. Cena kicks right out of that.
No, they hugged.
No, that was
stepped
before.
back, and then they started punching
That
each
was
other.
earlier in the match. This
No,
is the second time.
They didn't hug and go right to the move. I'm telling you.
They didn't
I
hug the
watched it
second
twice.
time. They did not hug the second time. Cena.
You just said they hugged.
They hugged earlier in the match.
Well, what did they do after Seth was gone?
So Seth's gone. Cena then offers his handshake. Punk grabs it, pulls him up for the GTS, hits
Boom.
the GTS. Cena kicks out of that. Cena then went for the AA. Punk kicks out of that. Cena kicks Punk into the ropes. And Seth, who just hasn't even left yet, comes out of nowhere, stomps him on the
Great
outside.
camera work.
Beautiful camera work. I love the setup for that move too, because Punk's head's just like kind of hanging through the ropes, like. And then Cena dragged him to the middle, puts him in an STF. I think this might be the only time I've ever seen Cena apply a good STF in my life.
Well, you see, he was fumbling with it. Like when he was trying earlier, he was. I'm like, what is Cena going for with the legs? You know what I'm saying?
I thought
he was fumbling with it.
I thought it was a great STF. Seth was screaming at the outside of the, screaming for Punk to die, and then the ref stops it because Punk doesn't tap.
That's great.
The stoppage finish.
That's great.
I love the stoppage finish. The match ends right there. Cena wins, and for a match, we're not getting into the post-match stuff yet here. Just as the Chamber match, I really enjoyed this a lot too. I'm going to go 4 stars for it. I really, really like the work in this. Ollie, what do you give it?
Yeah, I'm going. I'll go 4 stars for it.
Hack, what do you give it?
I can't give him less than 4, maybe 4.5.
It was strong, man. I mean, it really, the crowd was right there. You got big star power and an awesome match.
Yeah, I mean that's a 4.5 anywhere.
Ty?
I'll give it a 4. I
Yeah.
really liked everything they did, pretty much.
Yeah. So now post match, and this is when my spidey sense is tingling for this angle here because Cody.
I'm embarrassed.
You are?
I'm thoroughly embarrassed that I did not see this coming.
Okay.
When it happened, I'm like, Hack, how the hell
It's so
did you
funny.
not see
Did
that?
you-
It's so funny because Bubba said the same thing
Oh,
about
he did?
himself. Well, and especially with The Rock holding up the 3. And Bubba's like, how did I not see that when I held that up?
When he held up the 3, I'm like, why is he holding them up just like fucking...
So hold on a second.
Dude, I'm so embarrassed.
I got to ask you, Ollie, did you at this point have angle alert in your mind?
I had no idea what I knew. I didn't know. I had no idea that Cena was gonna turn. Like that wasn't in like really like my thought. Like obviously I know that can happen, but I wasn't thinking that is what was gonna happen. But I'm thinking, all right. Obviously I know Cody's saying no to The Rock,
Right.
so I'm like, what
else is there?
Yeah, like what's the consequence of that? And we got what we got.
Ty, did you have angle alert in your mind?
So my whole started when The Rock cut the promo on SmackDown talking about he wants his soul, and I was like so confused. Like,
so it was the whole wrestling world.
Everybody
yeah, like
was.
I was so confused when he's like, Cody, I want you to be my champion. I want your soul, and like that's just how they left it. And I did not see the heel turn coming. Pap has been wanting Cena to go heel for about 5 years
So
now.
Pat was the only one that...
He's been calling for it for like 5 years now, and like saying it would be the best thing for wrestling to ever happen. But
I said before the show that either Punk or Cena was going to turn. I thought one of those two guys was going to turn because Cody didn't make any sense to turn. And
How
then
can Punk turn?
Well, Punk could easily say,
I know, but that's not a huge turn to me.
Well,
Punk's kind of like a who he's in the ring against kind of guy.
But Punk turning heel and saying, like, I sold my soul to main event WrestleMania. I'm the corporate guy. Punk could have leaned into it so well.
Yeah, but to me, I'm not thinking. Okay, go ahead, finish your.
It's not as drastic as Cena, right? Obviously, Cena.
But I just thought they'd never be in the ring. I didn't see that. I didn't see like
the possibility
of
him
there and then Punk coming the fuck out.
Well, no. I'm saying if Punk won the Chamber, in my mind, he would have been the one to turn. But
okay.
So
I see what you're saying.
I had it in my head that.
I like that.
Whoever won the Chamber, I was like that.
So, but you saw that with him, but you didn't think it would Cena.
No, I did. I thought Cena was going to turn. I did. I saw it coming. I really did.
So I found this picture online. I saved it to my phone, and I want you each to take a look at it. Tosh, I'll hand it to you first. Just scan the entire crowd and look at everybody's face. The picture I'm holding up is the moment that Cena kicks Cody in the balls, and every single person's face in the crowd is just complete and utter shock.
Yeah.
Like,
it shocked the shit out of me. I was sitting here like,
are you kidding me?
Ali, you take a look at that. Like
the moment washed over me because of how big of a moment it was.
Dude, it's washing over me right now. But that's some great business, dude.
Oh, it is.
The business doesn't get better than that.
Like, there's probably 20 faces of, like, that dude when Brock beat Taker.
Yes.
At WrestleMania,
it was like that with the red hat.
But, like, dude, you just scan the entire crowd. Like, everybody's entire face is like, oh.
Dude, if you got Bubba, like, that's good business. The dude watches wrestling.
He lives it.
If you got him, that's the best business you can do.
So okay, I got to go over this whole. Angle.
God, this picture's so good, dude. Everybody's face.
Cody comes out, and then Cena is very loud, and he said, "It's me and you at WrestleMania for that championship." And then The Rock's music hits, and The Rock comes out with Travis Scott. So we'll get into that later. But so The Rock comes down to the ring with Travis Scott. They have a stare down with Cody, and he said the moment's arrived. Cody, I want to embrace you as your brother, embrace your champion. He said, I want it all. I need your mind, your soul, and God have mercy, I need your soul. If the answer is yes, then the American nightmare will live forever. And then if the answer is no, then the dream dies again.
Great line.
If
anybody caught what he actually was saying.
Yeah, because it almost died last year when he had to have it changed up.
No, but
Dusty.
The dream.
Dusty.
The dream dies again.
The American dream. He had that on the belt. He had Dusty's.
I thought the dream dies again.
Well, it's a double meaning.
It's also the dream is dad saying.
It's a double entendre.
Yeah, the dream dies again. I was like, ooh.
Cena's in the background, and Cena's selling it really well. He's just shaking his head no. The Rock then asks for a hug, and Cody looks over at Cena, and then Cena points to the crowd and pointed to the Mania sign. Cody said he wanted it all, and he said this was great. And he said, my soul no longer belongs to me, and you know why? Because I gave my soul to this ring and these people a long time ago. Just classic babyface bullshit. It's awesome.
Yeah, but Cena was doing great the whole... All right, let me hold you up here for a second. So, I'm trying to, be my own booker right here when I'm watching this. I'm thinking, well, I know Cody's not going to accept his thing. So then I'm like, well, how are we going to get out of this segment? Mm-hmm. And I thought the guy, the rapper...
Travis Scott.
Yeah. I thought he was going to be fodder for Cody at the end or something like that.
And take like an F5.
Just to get an out. To get a big pop and an out. So that's what I'm thinking is going on right here.
No, that would have made sense a little bit. So then the fans are cheering after he said that he gave his soul to the fans a long time ago, and then he hits the line, "Hey Rock, go fuck yourself," and the crowd went nuts for that.
That was good because you don't expect that out of Cody,
but also
as super baby as he is.
It also gives
Oh
him.
no, that's exactly why he said it.
It also gives him an edge because if The Rock's trying to bully you into this, and instead of just saying screw you or whatever, it comes off to a realer level.
It's like Cody's getting put. You can see he's getting pushed and pushed closer to the edge.
Yeah, these last couple weeks where you've been tempting me with this, you've made me say this. It's like if you have a relative or a parent or somebody who never curses, and then when they do curse, it actually has meaning. Yeah, it actually has meaning when they finally curse.
Dude, I remember I started a fire in my kitchen. It was my first time playing with a set of matches, and I struck a match. And then I was like, I didn't know what to do, so of course I throw it in the trash can. So then the trash can catches on fire. My grandma came in and cursed me out and beat my head against a cabinet. Oh, never heard my grandma curse ever in my life.
Did you put your hand up?
No,
you took it like
she
a
didn't
man?
give me a chance, dude. Dude, she was beating my head against a cabinet before she even put the fire out.
Like the Elimination Chamber. You took that like a man. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Cody was laughing and slapping his thigh after that one, and he walked over. I'm sorry, Cena was laughing. He walked over and then hugged Cody, and then he just does that look. And he looks at The Rock, and his facial expression changed over.
It's a look that you've never seen Cena ever give before.
The Rock does this.
He's got that face now. He's got Ty's face. Because he doesn't know how to be a heel yet. He did it when he dropped the microphone afterwards, and he walked out. He's got Ty's face right now. Because he doesn't really know how to fucking project heelness yet.
Yeah.
He's going to cut his hair.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. So the Rock does his throat slit gesture, which is weird.
Which was weird. Maybe he didn't want to do the Benoit thing.
I don't know. He does a weird throat slit.
Yeah, it was totally weird.
It was weird. And then Cena kicks Cody right in the balls. The place, instead of doing a heel reaction, just goes absolutely nuts. Cena then rips off... everything. He goes after.
Then the next thing he does, he goes over and he grabs Cody's watch.
He got the watch.
Hits him with the watch.
So now the story with the watch is apparently when Dusty didn't have a lot of money later in his life at one point and had to pawn a Rolex that he had so Cody could go and train to be an actor out in L.A. And what apparently Nick Khan and WWE did is they bought the same Rolex that Dusty pawned years before and gave it to Cody at Mania. So that's the Rolex in this angle. That's the backstory of this
Even
Rolex.
though Cole thought it was brass knuckles.
McAfee corrected him.
Yeah, he did. He goes, that's a Rolex, Cole.
Yeah,
That's a $40,000 pair of the brass knuckles.
Well, that's the Rolex, and he's going to town with it.
I'm having a hard time believing that story, just so you know.
Well, I don't believe it's the same exact.
No, not the same watch. That Dusty needed money.
Well, he did. He did not manage his money very well, and he was having some hard times. I'm not trying to cliche there, but he was literally going through some hard times.
I don't want to believe that about the Jew.
Well, it's apparently true. I mean, Cody's talked about it, so I don't know. They just go to town. They beat him up. They hit him with the Rolex. They hit him
with the belt twice.
Hit him with the belt. Hit him with the mic. And now Cody does a great blade job here, right above his eye.
Took him long enough.
It took him long enough. They rip off his shirt, and then Cena's choking him with the tie. And the interesting
That's good. The place popped for that. Did you hear the place come up for fucking that tie choke?
The interesting thing about the tie choke is years and years and years ago, they did an angle where Bryan Danielson and the Nexus laid out Cena, and Danielson choked Cena with a tie and got fired for it. For choking somebody with a tie.
John Cena let Danielson get fired.
Well, no, actually, no. It was the ring announcer he choked with it. He choked Justin Roberts with it, and he got fired over the angle because you weren't allowed to choke with a tie back then.
That's your agent's fault. That's not your wrestler's fault.
I know, but he got fired for it, and then later brought
unless
back.
it was like in
your
the moment.
agent's going to say, I didn't tell him that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, unless it was in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, this could have easily been.
Then,
Like, Cena seeing the tie and just being
let's get on with
Okay.
dude smacking.
so Travis Scott held his arms back, and Cena held his legs, and The Rock.
And you can't really see it. I had to watch it a couple times to get it because he's behind freaking. When he gets, you hear the slap, but you don't really see it.
Well, Cena lays him down and starts holding his legs, expecting Scott to be smart enough to grab his arms, like.
Right? Yeah, it was all fumbling.
And Rock's getting the belt, like, to whip him, and like. Scott's not, and then if you notice, Scott lifts Cody's head up, and then Cena pushes Cody's head
right back down.
Like, no, dude,
get him down. We were trying to whip him.
Yeah,
like, did they go over this before?
No,
clearly not, or whatever.
Or maybe they did, and the dude's fucking out there. But that's
well,
when
he was fucking
so
blowing
that's when the
sage
slap
fucking
happens.
all over the place.
He gets him up, he gets pushed back down, and then you hear that slap.
Oh, he slapped the shit out of him for real.
Yeah, you heard it.
Apparently, he busted his eardrum up. So I don't know. I mean, that's
Dude, I don't know this. I don't even know why. I don't even know why the hell he's even out there.
Because so the thing about Travis Scott, look at
I get the entrance part, like, but after the entrance, like, roll.
He's
like,
not. He's not like a physically imposing guy, and he's not like a.
No, he's freaking. What's his name? Size? Who am I thinking?
Simon Diamond.
Yes. Lasers.
Which was a great
You like
reel
that?
that you put up there, Tosh. On there. Yeah.
I had to make that.
Yeah,
when I
was
saw that, I was like, I gotta
I
make
don't know
this.
did you even look at that, Hack?
No, there's no way I'm looking at that. After I saw your response, I'm like, I'm not.
You fucking petty bitch.
So,
you fucking...
so then the fans are chanting, "You sold out! You sold out!" The Rock then wiped Cody's blood all over the weight belt.
I know. How much blood did he get?
No, he got like
not
none
much.
too. It was
Not
all
much.
dried out at that
Yeah.
point, and it was like he probably did. You saw him do it, and then he was like, "Ah, shit! It
But
doesn't
he's
look as
smart
good
enough not to go back. And Jay's like, all right, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So if you had Hack, you've been watching wrestling a lot longer than I have.
Yeah, and I'm embarrassed that I didn't see that coming.
But I gotta ask
you're
you,
pathetic.
I gotta ask you, in the shocking heel turns, whether it's Larry Zbyszko to Bruno Sammartino.
Dude, that hurt me because
Okay.
I was young.
That's yo.
Dude, I was young. I might have been 10.
You
10,
pussy.
11.
Wrestling people always talk about that being
That
like
hurt.
that was like an all-time one, right?
That's
That
great.
hurt.
That was an all-time one, right?
Yeah, man.
And I think for me was Austin turning with Vince McMahon. That one was a bad turn, like it didn't work business-wise.
Austin McMahon.
Austin turned heel at the end of WrestleMania 17. He sides with Vince
What year
McMahon.
was this?
2001.
I mean, we went over like a huge heel turn.
Yeah.
Summer of '96. Anyone?
Summer of 96. I mean, oh, come on. I mean, that's the
Yeah,
all-timer.
I mean, did that not shock you, Hack?
That's the all-timer was the Hogan. I mean, Bash at the Beach 96.
Oh, that was horrible.
Horrible?
You didn't get that?
What do you mean? I didn't get what? What are you
Dude,
talking?
I'm not
Daddy,
getting
you're
where they're at
drunk.
either.
Now I worship Raven.
Oh man, I'm
biggest heel
sorry. when you said summer of '96, I'm thinking NWO, motherfucker. That went right over my head.
Yeah, apparently.
That's
It
a
went
great
over
heel
my
turn.
head and I was out there.
God damn, man, I'm an
So it
idiot.
wasn't that great. If
That was a
wasn't
great
about
joke.
that.
You clearly didn't care enough about me, obviously.
That was a great.
Bash at the beach. I'm like, is he? I'm looking at him.
No,
Is he fucking
thought,
with us
I
right
really
now?
thought it was Bash at the Beach, man. You got me on that one.
That's
It's a
hilarious.
That big of a mark.
That's a great
You
heel
need to
turn.
go back and rewatch.
No, great heel turn. But like, when you think of all-time heel turns, like, I know we don't know where this is going to go.
I know, Hogan, Bash at the Beach. That was incredible.
I was there. You were there. Would you watch the DC?
It was a great turn, Bash at the Beach.
That was fucking good.
Oh, God.
Me and Ollie look at each other like, is he fucking with us?
No, I really didn't know what you were talking about there for a second.
Oh, that was
You're- Yes, okay. So Hack, where do you rank this turn today in the all-time
Oh my
history?
God! Are you kidding me? It's dude. It blew my mind.
Yeah. I mean, it's just business. It's just...
Great business.
Yeah, it's-
unbelievable. Business.
Phenomenal.
The best business I've seen in a long time.
So, now let's get into some of the other things with this.
And the thing is I think they've tried to kind of turn Cena heel a bunch of different times, but
Yeah, like when his career first started.
but he was always like just gonna be like that tweener, like you
Half
know,
loves
go
him, half
John
hates him.
Cena,
Yeah.
Cena sucks, like that whole thing. But I think what makes this like authentic is The Rock being behind it. Is like, you know,
The puppet master.
It's like
He's Geppetto right now.
Right, is spearheading the fact that Cena's turning heel, so it makes it way more. Nobody's going to be cheering Cena now. You know what I'm saying?
And the Hollywood connection that they have, it's like it just makes it that much more. You're like,
between those two, they've had 100 movies in the last 10 years.
It's to sell your soul to the devil,
Rock's
but
got
Rock
eat.
is so like, dude. For as many times as Rock in the past couple weeks or however many time comes out and is saying, "Oh, this is the most syphilis whatever looking crowd that I've ever seen" or whatever, and then they boo him. But the next week it comes out in the next town, that music hits and he gets cheered.
Yeah,
and then
'cause he's such a big star.
Right, and then he comes out and cuts another heel promo. But the fact that The Rock is like super huge heel, like now, the fact that he's the one behind driving the Cena heel turn, I think you can actually like commit to it, and actually Cena can be heel.
All right,
now.
so
Also, too, I think it helps that Cena's been away for so long that it's like, all right, maybe now we can get behind the heel.
And it's his last hurrah.
Because we have all these other baby faces now. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of stuff you could. It makes maybe
Baby heavy. Well,
Well,
it's
and
not
it's his
baby
last.
heavy.
It's his last hurrah, though. Too. It's
Yes, it
like
is.
I got to do whatever
Well,
I got to do
they-
now. This is my last year in the business. I'm doing everything, including turning heel, in order to get my final championship.
well, they have the level of baby that he was now in Cody. So it's like it's not just going to go to him like now that he's back.
you got
Yeah.
Roman, you got
All right,
Punk,
listen to
you
me.
got three huge
The-
baby faces.
I know, but Ty said this with AEW. We said it with WWE. Like that, they're lacking heel freaking stars. Dude, this business is so crossover right now that any one of these dudes could turn. I mean, it's like Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is a heel to me. The dude,
Yeah.
to me, he's a heel, but the place pops for him.
Well, because he's like
It's
dastardly.
level of
Yeah.
opponent. That's
Yeah.
all that it is. You don't even have to turn. You just got to work with somebody that's not as over as you, and the crowd will make the distinction.
Fair.
You know what I mean? It's not,
Yeah.
oh, let me rake your eyes, I'm a heel. It's not like that anymore.
It's different.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and to your point too, you probably have, let's say, maybe 60% of the crowd who like Seth and don't look at him as a heel, and then the other 40% look at him as a heel. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like
is
out there
he,
when he's working.
like to you,
No, but he's probably. But right
To your
now,
point is
I
being
know
a
he's-
tweener. It's like,
Yes.
no, but right
There's a
now,
lot of tweeners.
right now,
There's a shitload of tweeners.
but right now he's probably 90% heel because he's going against Punk. Seth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
and
Like-
to your point, opponent.
Yeah, but is the whole building going to be going, oh, when he
Yes.
comes out,
Yes.
whether he's first or second?
Doesn't matter. They like to sing
The
along.
match
Right.
will be the match, you know what I mean? And they'll, especially with those two dudes, guys. It's like I said, it's not a kick in the balls anymore. It's
No,
not
it's a
rake
bunch
in
of
the
tweeners,
eyes.
yeah.
It's your work rate that will decide if you're the baby or you're the heel during that match.
I think you're kind of right, Hack. I want to get into some of what I consider to be the most interesting part about this right now, time in WWE, is the backstage dynamics of this all. And this is a deleted Dave Meltzer tweet. So I want to put this out there.
But delete, that sounds like a word.
No, he tweeted this
Total
out.
work.
He
Well,
tweet-
no, to put it out, just to delete it.
Yes.
Well, okay.
That's like a work.
Okay, I'm just going to read this tweet to you, and then
When did this come out? Give me a timing.
it was on the 4th of March, so a couple days ago.
Okay.
And he deleted
Was
it.
it Monday night the 4th?
Monday was the
Today's the 6th, so Tuesday.
Tuesday. He
Okay.
tweeted this Tuesday afternoon. The motivation is that Dwayne wanted Cody legit. And I know this as a fact because a mutual friend last week mentioned the politics, as Levesque absolutely thought it was a terrible idea. But in a fight with
Oh,
Dwayne,
wait, what was the terrible idea?
The Rock apparently wanted Cody
Okay.
to turn
To
heel.
say yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Sell his
and
soul.
then Paul didn't like it.
Paul Levesque did not like it. I thought it was a terrible idea. In a fight with Dwayne, with Nick as arbiter.
Who's Nick?
Nick Khan.
Under TKO.
He's the president of the company.
Yeah, but he don't mean nothing.
But he's a big voice in the room.
But there's a reason he hired Rock to do the job.
In a fight with Nick, he loses every time. However, several convinced Cody to simply refuse. So Art was a lot like life this time. Dwayne wouldn't go after Cody politically, so let it go. Cena was the second choice, as Cena was fine with it. Punk was never asked. That's what he said. Now, I think that there's a lot to that.
Well, there's way more money in Cena doing the turn to me than Punk.
Yeah.
Well, yes, and there's way more. Like, it's not the time to turn Cody heel right now. Cody is still on fire as a babyface. You don't turn them heel until...
He doesn't need them, yeah.
It's not... This was the right... If you wanted to say you're going to do a big turn, this was the right decision to make.
If you decide to do what in WrestleMania?
Cena's got to win.
I'm thinking the opposite.
You think Cody's got to win?
No, I think Cena's got to win.
I think Cena's got to win.
Cena's got to win.
Yeah, but
I want to see Cena win.
I know, but all right. So then, if Cena,
I might stay another night in Vegas
wins, then there's a Rock foundation. There's a Rock foundation going on right there. They'll bring in other people and shit like that. And dude, that's very hard to fucking go against that.
I think there's a lot of dynamics fighting for the steering wheel of this company right now. And I think Cody's got a lot of power himself, right? But I think,
of course, world champion.
I think business, though, a Cena heel run with Cody and whoever chasing him makes sense for the rest of the year. That's an intriguing...
Wow.
Especially with The Rock being the puppet master.
Right.
I know.
I think that's the money to me. Is then you got Cena. Right. You got Cena saying, "I broke the record for world championships," and you have a screw job finish at Mania. You have somebody else turn at Mania. I mean,
also too, it might be a way to stay out of like Cody getting stale.
It is. Have him lose one. Have him take one on the chin and fight over.
Well, having him chase. Yes, I agree. Having him chase, but it's Cody chasing the machine.
Yeah, which is cool.
Which is more powerful than just one.
Yeah, so I'm just walking through it in my head. You know what I mean? It's Cody against the machine.
Make Cody even bigger
against the machine.
Well, because before it was Cody versus the Bloodline, which is another machine. So
but technically that's a year.
Yeah.
Well,
Cena, that's a year run.
As of right now, and things can change, and who knows, but Cena is scheduled. They have a pay-per-view in Boston in December, and that's supposed to be the end of his retirement tour.
Not if shit's going good.
I don't, who knows if he has movies scheduled or whatnot, but Cena's got like 30-some dates the rest of this year. Up until that December pay-per-view.
Wow, 30's a lot.
It is.
Well, he's got
a lot to do business
He's off.
with.
He's off for a couple weeks because I think he's filming. But
yeah, but that's a lot to do business.
I know.
I had no idea. I would have thought it was like 10 or 15.
Yeah, he's going to be.
30's a lot to do good business.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And the other thing I want to raise too is that for so long it seemed like the long-term plan that was sitting out there was Rock and Roman. How does Roman Reigns feel right now? Because he is so far away from that match.
I mean, dude, think about the
Roman's got Paul.
Think about the run he just had.
No, I know, but now he's
getting upset.
But you're on the outside,
working 10 times, working 3 times a fucking year for half a fucking decade.
You're on the outside looking in, though. Now
you do it next Mania.
Okay, first of all, he's Rock's cousin. He ain't on the outside looking in. He might be the next heel that Rock's going to bring in after Cena beats Cody. You know what I mean? They could bring him out and have that the reason why Cody loses.
Or you could have babyface Roman, babyface Cody versus heel Rock, heel Cena. You could do that as a big SummerSlam tag match or something.
I mean, dude, there's so many ways you could go out of this because so many of these stars have a history and.
They've all been around a while. They've all crossed paths.
Yeah, so it's like, who knows?
Who knows? They can do. Who knows where it goes? Who knows where it goes politically? It is certainly a really.
Paul Heyman's going to end up back with Punk within the next year.
Oh, with something
so.
with the favor, absolutely. There's
Yeah.
something there, and there's a lot of meat left on the
Well, if
bone
Roman
here.
goes with The Rock, there's no need for Heyman.
Exactly.
I don't think you turn Roman
And
heel
that
again.
puts Heyman in Punk's corner.
Exactly.
I don't think you turn Roman heel again. Roman just turned babyface.
But Roman might be strong enough babyface on his own now that he don't need Heyman anymore.
He doesn't. Like you could easily.
Not that Punk needs Heyman, but it's just a way to shake
No, but
things up.
I see Cody getting laid out, taking some time off, and Roman being the one to like stand up for Cody against The Rock.
I like
Sure.
that. I like
Yeah.
that too.
You know what I'm saying?
There's-
Cody's gonna have some time off. So whatever happens, like Roman's gonna be the one to go against his, is gonna be the other baby, that steps up.
There's so many
Per se.
directions you can go with this. It's so open ended. I don't know if they know exactly where it's going yet,
No, but
But it's good.
they're in a great spot to be.
I was
in.
gonna
Yeah.
say, but it's a lovely thing right now.
yeah, it
My
is.
God, I'm psyched about wrestling. I ain't been like psyched. That angle is like boom.
It's money. It's absolutely
Jesus Christ, boom.
It's money.
Here comes the money.
It's money. Overall, I mean, absolutely historic wrestling show. The Elimination Chamber here.
Man, only because of the end.
Yeah, that makes it a historic show.
No, but
it's-
Man, that'll be the one. That'll be the reason why you remember when people talk like 15 years from now. It'll be the Elimination Chamber. Remember when Cena turned heel?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
It's
That's
gigantic.
exactly how they talk.
It's a gigantic moment in the business.
That, but also three. Well, there was only 4 matches, but 3 of the 4 matches were 4+ for me. I mean, it was still a super entertaining show, regardless of
Yeah,
what happened at the end.
That too, but then to also Hack's point, if you kind of look through back like the WWE history, I feel like every kind of like series of pay-per-views has like a signature moment. And I don't know if that's happened for the Chamber yet, so this might be it. Like, everybody remembers something that happened at Survivor Series.
yes.
Or the Rumble.
Or the
right?
Rumble, or SummerSlam.
The
or
Rumble
something like that.
especially.
And
Yes.
it's like, the Chamber has always been nice, but I don't know if it's ever had that signature moment. That
No,
it
you're
has
right. This
now.
It just got overshadowed by that angle.
Absolutely, but yeah, that's the Elimination Chamber. You guys got to let us know what you thought of the show too. As always, next week on the show we're going to be recapping AEW Revolution. You can send us in listener questions to sandmanpod@gmail.com. Please leave a name and a town. Hack always likes that. Dylan from Kentucky writes in, "Hey there, Sand Peeps. Dylan here, sending greetings and much love from Kentucky once again,
Howdy.
and a belated congratulations on the
You
Eagles
make
Super Bowl."
moonshine down there? Tell me. Right back and tell me if you know anybody that makes moonshine.
Okay.
I want you to send me some. No, I go into the liquor store now, and I'm a 99 Manhattans guy, but when you're at the counter, they try and sell me these little shots of moonshine. If I want to drink moonshine, I want it from
The real
freaking
deal.
horse's mouth.
Is this before or after yours stepped the Girl Scout cookie chicks from?
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys putting my question on the Crossing the Line Again pod a couple weeks ago. I just now got to it a couple days ago at work and was like, oh shit, that's me. Totally made my day. But on to my question. Would you guys consider doing an episode discussing your WWF singles Mount Rushmore? I know it's a bit tough one to consider. The timeline is much longer compared to ECW, but I feel it would make a great episode. Yeah, I mean, we'll consider that as an episode someday. Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
got to be like 2 different levels of it. It's like maybe like a pre-1990, or because Ali can't possibly have the same favorites that I have.
But we would all
Yeah,
have
but
our
that's
different
also,
ones.
but that's authentic. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's just
you know.
I think that's one of the things that's cool about our show is that we all have our different generations of wrestling. Me and Ty are a lot
Yeah, you're
closer.
all
But
losers.
okay.
No loser generation.
Yeah, go
You're
cry
loser
about
generation.
Sabisco.
Dude, that hurt.
that was a
You
big
guys have
angle.
no idea how much that hurt, dude.
I've only read about it, Hack, and
Oh
I've
my
seen clips
God,
and
that
stuff.
hurt
But
so bad. You have to
amazing.
understand something. Bruno was the champion for like ever. He was champion the whole 60s. I probably didn't start watching until like 69, 70. He might have. I think he lost
dog.
it to Koloff. But then he was and then they put it on Pedro Morales, and then they put it back on freaking Bruno. But yeah, I still heard for that.
I don't want to get out of context here, but heck, was 69 a thing in 69?
Dude, I was 6 years old.
No,
I
I'm
have
just saying,
nine idea about it.
I'm just saying, like,
I have nine idea.
I'm just
That's
saying,
a
was
German
that,
thing.
was that even like made up then? Like, was that even like
That's a good question. We're going to have to look into that. We'll have to get Doug, the historical
That's fine,
professor,
dude.
is going to have to get back to us on
Yeah,
that.
was
around
69
Yeah,
the
Doug,
thing in
Doug,
69?
get to us on the history of 69.
I mean, I'm sure they done it, but was it called 69
Yeah, it is,
then?
I'm sure it had to be.
You know.
Alexandria from Massapequa writes in,
All right, Massapequa.
"Hello, boys. Love the show, and I look forward to listening each
Is
week."
that on Long Island?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I was going to ask that.
My question is there a match or angle that you wish you could have been a part of, or a match or angle that you should have had a different wrestler in it? P.S. My 5-month-old son uses the Sandman's theme as his lullaby before bed.
Oh, I saw her video on Twitter.
There you
All
go.
right, Alexandria.
Yeah, I should have been in Ty spot in the Raven.
Wow, the bitterness comes out.
And I should have been in Cody's spot last week.
Then I should have been in Cena's spot. Then.
And I should have been in Paul Heyman's spot.
He's shaped like him.
There we go.
But I mean, heck, is there
Oh,
anything
man.
you can think of or anything that you thought, like maybe from when you were a kid?
That's a tough question.
Yeah, that is a
Like an
really good
angle that
question.
You maybe thought that you.
No, because all the angles like led to championships. I never, my whole life, when I growing up, I just wanted to be a wrestler. I didn't care about a championship. You know what I mean? So, but like all your angles or whatever work to something like belt or something like that.
You never had like resentment or jealousy of somebody else doing something. You're like, I wish I was in that spot, or I wish.
You got to work your way to get there.
Fair enough.
Get better.
Yeah, fair enough. Absolutely. Bob from
No,
Broomall.
jealousy is the most wasted human emotion that there is. Everybody. Dude, oh my God, there will be another girl, there will be another guy, there will be another LGBT, RFG. Dude, just don't waste any time on jealousy. It is so useless.
There you
It
go.
gets you nothing.
That's the hack PSA of the week. Bob from Broomall writes in,
Hey!
Sandman, the two that won the race, and the Delco Gordon Sully. I really love the execution of John Cena's heel turn. Just curious how you would fantasy book it going forward. Well, we kind of just did that, Bob. For me, we know Austin is healthy enough to work an Austin-style match because we just saw it 2 years ago at Mania against Kevin Owens. I feel like there's a lot of money left on the table if we don't get Cena and The Rock versus Austin and Cody at least at SummerSlam. I think it's too soon to get that on the books for night one. Would love to hear your thoughts. Man, that would be...
That would be
Cena and The
insane.
Rock against Austin and Cody. That's more like a Survivor Series kind of thing. You know, so you can hide everybody. All
Teams.
yeah.
Do like a 5-on-5.
You might come back with us with a four-way Survivor Series match. 'Cause that's the only way it's gonna happen.
I'm telling you, I mean, I'm just gonna say I wouldn't be mad at it.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
I don't know what kind of shape Steve's in.
I know he's had knee replacements too recently,
So have I,
2 years ago or so. I don't know.
And you can't walk, so. Or get over a guardrail.
Johnny from San Antonio writes in,
Johnny!
"What's good, Sandpack? It's that time of year. You can smell it in the air down here in South Texas. Spring is just about here. That means baseball season is nearly upon us.
Okay.
Philly's coming to kick that ass, baby!
Haters may say that the Houston Astros roster may be decimated, but I want to say right now that we will continue to swing nuts on the league. Trash can or no trash can." Wow.
Well, Tuve said he was going to go out to left field. I don't know if anybody's going to see his midget ass out in left field, but
Is Molina still fucking playing for them?
nah,
I don't think so.
no, Molina.
Oh, wait a minute.
You're talking about
What?
Yadier?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the Cardinals.
With the Cena perennial good guy turning heel for the first time in 22 years, my question for Hack this week goes as follows. I know Hack has stated to no end that he ain't no booker. But how would Hack book the perennial good guy of ECW, Tommy Dreamer, turning heel in ECW?
Ooh.
Hack, how would you book Dreamer turning heel in ECW?
First of all, it's impossible to turn heel in ECW. I mean, if our crowd back then, they would have cheered you more the more you knife somebody or you throw them off a balcony or something like that.
Fair point.
Because the only guy that was actually able to do it was Cactus Jack. And, dude, this was just such brilliance. I learned so much from this guy just about doing this. Todd's telling me, like, yeah, Cactus wants to turn heel or whatever. I'm like, how the fuck can that guy do turn heel? He turned against the crowd. He's like, I'm not doing this bump anymore. I'm not doing this bump anymore. So that, like, widened my array of, like, thinking in my head where I'm thinking it's just your... If you ever had, like, a mentor or something like that, you know what I mean? They're like, kid, you got to stop thinking this way at some point. You got to start seeing the other avenues and the other angles. And that's what I got out of that. But what I got about Kid here? What was the question?
The question was about turning heel.
How would you book Dreamer heel?
No, you can't book Dreamer heel. I had Kid there. What was the first part of the question?
That was
Talking about the Cena, the perennial good guy, turning heel for the first time in 22 years. He talked about baseball, trash can or no trash can.
Done.
He's done. The other question I have, aside from sports talk radio, what type of music could have been heard pumping out of the Sandman band back in 96, 97?
Wow, what do you
Name that tune.
Freaking straight rock and roll.
What are you listening to? Like Steely Dan or
Zeppelin? Yes. You
Okay.
know, the Doobie Brothers.
Kansas.
Steely Dan.
Kansas, Billy Joel, Elton John. Okay, you know it.
Yeah, dude, Michael.
Okay. He also said, can't wait to chop it up with you personally in Vegas at WrestleCon.
Lovely.
Let's do it.
We can't wait to see you, Johnny.
Who are we talking to?
Johnny
from
in San Antonio.
You're the shits.
Oh, sorry to hear about Wemby, dude.
Yeah, sorry, Johnny. Sorry.
Come to the club with us, Johnny.
Yeah, the shoulder.
Hey, but he's a big dude. He needs time off, and you weren't going to win it this year anyway.
There you go. Ryan from Massillon, Ohio writes in, hey, Hack and the Hack Pack, how the hell's it going? Hack, March 28th, you have a match against Jay Lethal in Cleveland, Ohio. You're not wrestling him. It's just on the poster, okay? Don't worry, Hack.
Do not fuck him up.
I'd be going there for that.
I will blow that kid up in a match in the first 5 minutes.
I would love to see you take a lethal injection. That'd be great. Anyways,
lethal injection.
that's what his finisher's
Dude,
called.
I have. I almost died in Indianapolis. Done that. Been there.
He no-sold it.
You can't kill me.
Fuck you, Jay Lethal.
It's called heroin.
That'd be a great promo to cut.
That shit.
Yeah, that'd be a great promo to cut. Yeah, been there, done that, kid. What else you got?
You gotta do that promo for this show.
The fucked up thing is we're laughing about
I
it.
know.
Well, you're here now. I mean,
You're still here, man. Anyways,
Oh, Lori was so mad when she found out, like 6 months later, and a $9,000 bill came in the mail. She's like, why were you in the hospital in Indianapolis?
oh god.
I did my Ralph Cramden.
Anyways, I recently found a match on a fan cam, DeBaldi's versus you and Dreamer at the arena in 2000. Did you like teaming with Tommy Moore or having him as an opponent?
No, both were great. Early, but early I'm working against them, you know what I mean? And then later on, I'm working with them. So I'm fine with both of them. But the Baldies were great.
Yeah, Baldies were fun, man.
Who's the one Baldy that I
Angel?
love?
DeVito.
Yeah,
DeVito? Tony
Yeah,
DeVito?
he's awesome.
It might have been probably DeVito and Angel.
Yeah.
Dude, that Angel could bump his ass off, dude.
Pretty good worker.
That dude was great.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say.
Way better of a worker than DeVito.
I thought
But
you
I
were,
liked her.
I thought you were gonna say tag him with him so he could do all the work.
Not back in them days.
Second question I've always wondered, with the fire extinguisher, what is the big tube at the end? Was it gimmicked or a legit fire extinguisher in that match you used it? That's why I asked.
What, with Chastity?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Every time you got to understand, like, as the years go, fire extinguishers get better. So the first, 5 years I was using them, there's oxygen in it, and you're just trying to, dampen the fire with one of those things. But then they changed them to where they suck the oxygen out of the environment. So early, freaking no problem using any fire extinguishers. The first time I had a problem with one, it was me. I'm in a match against Marcus Bagwell's out there. I don't remember anything else about it, but Kevin didn't want me to use a fire extinguisher. But me and Kevin were cool, because you got to understand.
Nash?
Oh, no, Sullivan.
Okay.
Because Sullivan's doing, like, like taking care of whatever's going on. That he's my agent that day.
Okay.
Or whatever, you know what I mean? So I'm like, we'll use a fire extinguisher. Kevin's like, and I'm like, yeah, well, okay. But I could do that. I would never do that if I didn't know him good like that, because you get fired for shit like that. Well, especially the way it turned out. So I get in the middle of the ring. I think it was Bigelow was in there, and what's his name was go? Who's the guy that just said?
Bagwell.
Bagwell. He was on his way up to the top rope. I get in the middle and I shoot this fire extinguisher up. It sucked all the oxygen out of the building. Nobody could breathe. I couldn't breathe. Bamber couldn't breathe. Freaking what's his name falls, jumps off of the fucking top rope and runs away from the ring.
Jesus
I got
Christ.
a huge pop for it originally, and then I go back and I got the balls to say to Kevin, I'm like, you hear that pop? He looks at me and goes, seriously? He goes, you almost killed two guys in the ring. You fucking almost asphyxiated them.
But they're not like gimmicks, right? Like the fire
No,
extinguishers.
they're never gimmicked. It's just it's the fire extinguisher that's in the building that's past code.
Great question, Ryan.
Good job, Ty, getting me back.
He also said, love the show. Can't wait for AIW in Cleveland at the end of the month. Stay hardcore.
When you whip
AIW
Jay Lethal's
show.
ass.
Barely Lethal, AIW.
Yeah, when you whip
March
Jay
Oh, yeah,
28th.
dude, you better be there for that, dude. You're going to love it.
Yeah. Doug, the professor, the official historical expert of the
Alright,
Sandman
Doug,
podcast, writes in. He's got his 5 worst gimmicks ever.
All right.
Friar Ferguson. So we that's one he cited a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Barry Hole-in-One Darso. This dude drew up some awful gimmicks along with the
Is
Blacktop
that at a truck
Bully.
stop you visited?
Dude,
along
Barry
the way?
Darso is the fucking repo man.
Yes. So
Saved it.
He's
Oh, he said Barry Hole-in-One. I thought it was a glory hole he visited on the truck
I thought
stop.
it was
along the
It
doing
sounds
way.
like a
golf
golfer
thing.
gimmick. Yeah, it sounds like a golfer gimmick to me. The Black Scorpion. I can't believe you didn't
That
name
was
this
Sting's
one.
alternate, whatever.
Ego?
And Doug also name drops. I actually knew Ole Anderson personally, and he explained the original idea to me. It wasn't bad, but Jim Herd changed it. The Rebel Dick Slater. It's just a stupid gimmick for a legit tough guy. And then the man's man, Steven Regal. I'm not sure if this was supposed to be stupid as it came off, but yeah, it came off stupid. He was like the fucking brawny paper towel guy or something. So those were his 5 worst gimmicks ever.
All right.
It doesn't matter to me. Regal's the greatest ever. Love Steven Regal.
Mike from Memphis, Tennessee writes in, what's going on, Hack Tosh and Hack Sack Pack? Got 2 questions for you this week. They just announced the DLC for WWE 2K25, and fucking New Jack is set to make his debut
I know, that's great.
in a WWE video game.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Did any
I
of
read
you,
about it. It came across my timeline today.
did any of you expect to see New Jack in any sort of WWE related
on
media?
the planet
in the world,
expected
no.
that ever.
No, absolutely not, Mike.
That's awesome.
Well, that's good. Maybe his girl gets some money out of it too.
Yeah, that's
I hope
awesome.
it goes to his family and everything. That's awesome. My second question is for everyone. If you could trade 2 people from AEW and WWE, who would they be and why? Thanks again. Stay safe and have a good week.
Swerve
Go Birds.
Kenny Omega.
Ooh, I like
To
that
WWE,
question.
but then,
course.
but
No,
then
but
who?
like if you did
That's
like
easy.
if you did like a 2-for-2 trade.
All right, Swerve Kenny Omega, Sami Zayn, and so who else there that I don't?
They would never do that deal. Well, you got to do a plausible deal. That's a.
What do
That's
you mean?
Why would
No,
they
I
trade?
think he's just saying if you could trade.
Oh, if
I
you
don't
could
think-
trade.
I
Okay.
think that's what he said.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
if you could trade.
Well, yeah, but to me, it's definitely the AEW side. I want Swerve and Kenny, or I would take Okada and Swerve, or Swerve and or Kenny and Okada.
That's
you know
such
what
a
I mean?
tough
There's
question.
a lot of guys. I'd give up Braun Breaker. I give him Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn just to make so you think that would even up the trade
I would
in
decline.
a second?
That's
In
such,
a second.
that's such a tough question.
I will trade Seth Rollins to AEW along with Bailey,
Whoa, guy, girl.
and I will trade Orange Cassidy to WWE along with Tony Storm.
Wow.
Well, Cassidy's a great one. Cassidy will just.
I would love to see Cassidy's dynamic in WWE.
To see what they would do with that character.
Right. Yeah.
I like that.
But Seth can walk right into the top, solidified heel, and I think Bayley's done kind of what she can do in WWE. I'd like to see her maybe flip flop over there, and then can Tony Storm be Tony Storm in WWE?
They super duper Tony Stormer.
Right.
Make her fucking Marilyn Monroe. Have like JFK doppelgangers come in with her. And
her and Orange Cassidy's character over in WWE. I'd like to see them both.
Wow. It's such a tough question.
Tony in WWE with putting a rocket up her ass.
Is there anybody that you can think of that's like you want to see them more of their work? That you
I want to know
see?
what streams.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking of people too. I'm really stumped on this one.
I'm trying to think if
my AEW's like lock, stock, and barrel. Two of those three.
Alright, I will trade MJF to WWE.
They could do great things with him.
And to take back, I will take. I'll take Roman.
Whoa.
That would be awesome. That would be really cool.
Cutting up that bloodline, baby.
That would be really cool.
And then
Fatu.
For a girl one that I'd like to see, I would like to see Mercedes actually go back to WWE.
So, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
I thought about that.
I would like to see Naomi jump over to AEW.
Okay. I'm going to say, let's go Jericho.
The countdown to Y2J back?
Jericho, send his ass back. And let's go the Rated R Superstar Cope. Let's send his ass back too. And let's go Chad Gable to AEW because I'd like to see him really work his ass off.
Yeah, he would fit in well there.
And I would also love to see Trick Williams go to AEW. From NXT.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think.
Oh, wait a minute! I might want
Trick
to trade mine and get Trick and freaking what's his name? Trick and what's his name was the best tag team.
Who?
Swerve.
Oh, you want to
just
see
like
that?
Andrade and that other dude that I love.
Okay, yeah, that was an interesting question there, man.
Yeah, great question.
Really, really good stuff. He also said, P.S. had to put a little bit of halt on my wrestling training because I got fucking cheated on and had to move.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Moved in with a Cowboys mark, and he's been bitching about the Eagles since you guys won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Getting back into training soon, and I'll hit you all with updates when I can. So, best of luck on your wrestling journey.
All right, dude. I'd have paid $200 more a month not to be with Cowboy fucking person. I'll go where.
Hey, but he's from Tennessee, man. It's a little different down there, I guess. Heart Attack Rick.
Oh, wow. Cowboys and an Eagles fan? There's a bar.
He's not an Eagles fan. He's just wishing us luck for the Eagles. He likes that we're Eagles fans, but his roommate's a Cowboys fan.
Tell me who he's a fan of.
Yeah, let us know who you're rooting for. I'm guessing
right.
The Titans.
I'll say the Titans.
Yeah, Titans, probably.
That's probably why he didn't mention it.
They got the number one pick.
Yeah, so we'll see.
They'll trade it.
Heart Attack Rick writes in.
Rick, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty Ricky.
What's up, Hackamaniacs? Rick here again. Did anyone else think the nice, ripe, wet fart I ripped when Jade Cargill came out got a bigger pop than she did? I think she got a big pop. I disagree with you, Rick.
I think she got a pop too.
This pay-per-view.
She got a pop.
This pay-per-view was a snore fest. I disagree with you. The only good thing was when Sami Zayn kicked out of Kevin Owens' 20-second pop-up powerbomb. Actually, no, I take that back. The fake-ass printed-on barbed wire chair was the best thing in this whole fucking pay-per-view.
You noticed that,
It
Rick.
looked so real. Apparently, we still can't see John Cena since everyone is talking about is Travis Scott straight punching Cody Rhodes for real. And what the hell was he doing lighting fire papers and pretending to be Boogeyman with the chants? I'm sorry, but I give this shitty-ass pay-per-view a -2 Bailey's BBLs out of 10 John Cena's hair comb-overing his big-ass bald spot. This week's question is, what is everyone's favorite kind of bud to smoke up? I don't. I mean,
What do you mean, dude? Weed.
Do you have a
No, he's
do you have
talking
a
about a
strain?
name.
Are you?
Mine would have been White Widow.
No, I don't believe in names.
Yeah, you don't believe in names.
Hack
and
said a
stuff.
White Widow.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Isn't there
That's
different?
from like 20
I know,
years
but
ago.
like good pot is good pot. Like
Right.
obviously there's different
cares what your
kinds.
stupid
but, like,
name is?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm not like going to the store or going to the dealer and being like, yeah, let me get this. I'm like, dude, just whatever you got, man.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, Rick. Sorry, Rick, there. Next week on the show, AEW Revolution 2025. But before we go, Hack, the can of the week and the toast of the week.
Done.
Oh, that's.
Nobody.
Well, I'll give the toast of the week to Shayshawn Broccoli and Zach Bond getting re-signed by the Eagles.
There you
baby.
go. Ty's picking it up for
We'll
you,
see
man.
you next
Peace.
week.
There we go. Peace.